All right, the eighth time is the charm. Get those likes up. Get those likes up before I let people up. Oh, let me put a gift goal if that's even possible. I don't see people gifting. Yoltsville. It's Yoltsville. Wait, empathy. Aren't you from like New Zealand or something? I think empathy is from like New Zealand. I think I'm not sure. Bubba, long time no see, Bubba. How you doing? Okay, maybe he's not there anymore. I mean, I have no choice. Like the live, like the live. No, not co-host. Just invite. Like the live. Jellyfish, I don't see you liking that live. Jellyfish always wants me to go live, and yet never debates anybody. What is this? What is this trickery? This is very unlike Jellyfish. No, decline. I can't let you up, Jellyfish. You got to get the live to a couple K. Haven't been getting any traction. Jellyfish, I don't see you. I don't see you getting those likes up. Aliens for Jesus. You're saying no? I have no choice. Are you getting those likes up?
I'm literally tapping the screen right now.
That's not good enough.
Then how am I supposed to get the likes up?
Get the likes up soon. Sorry I had to do that. Sorry I had to do that. Hmm. You may speak now.
That was uncalled for.
No, I had to do that because the algorithm gets messed up if you have people on the panel before 1,000 K.
Then why? Wait, there's 1,000K right now. What are you talking about?
Well, now you can come up. That's what I mean.
What's up, Protect?
Hello. How are you?
All right, how about you?
We're fine. But haven't really been getting any opposition.
Yeah, I've noticed that the last few lives I've visited.
Hello.
I don't want to be a cuck, so I wouldn't marry either. Like
Wait, how old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
2007,
What month?
June.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not really the main prompt, but just to get
Yeah.
people on.
Just no.
Who?
If I had
The
if I had to
no.
pick, I'd pick Sophie Rain because Bonnie Blue looks ugly as shit.
Wait, are you a Christian?
Do you not see my fucking name? Yeah.
People have crosses in their name all the time and they aren't Christian. So
Yeah.
that doesn't prove
Well, I'm
anything.
not homophobic or racist, so I think I'm doing pretty good.
Lentils
I
are
hope
11 bread.
not, because you're supposed to love your neighbor. But anyways, if you're a Christian, why would you want to marry either of them? They're prostitutes.
Cause I'm not no cuck.
Can you
Wait.
not say that word?
Yeah, I don't think you can say that word on TikTok, but I understand that you're not that and you don't want to be that. But you said if you had to choose, you would pick Sophie because
Yeah, she
Bonnie
has a
is
nice ass.
ugly. Yeah, so
It's
I'm.
unleavened bread and
Don't you think
lentils.
that's a little lustful there?
It's unleavened
I
bread.
don't know.
It's actually very tasty. Sorry.
These
So
chicken nuggets are good as hell though.
you don't think that like
Unleavened bread and lentils.
you shouldn't date either of them because they're both prostitutes? Doesn't matter which one's prettier, which one's uglier.
She's not a whore if she's an actor. Family Guy said that.
Wait, no, she's a prostitute. She sells her body online. They both do.
Wow. Like I didn't know that.
Wow, engage in the conversation.
Are you sure he's
Can you answer my question?
What's your question?
Yeah, if you're a Christian, why are you wanting to marry a prostitute? Because she
I
has a
don't
nice.
wanna.
You just said you would. You just said that you would marry Sophie
No, I
Rain.
said if I had to pick one.
Yeah, exactly. And you're
My main
having
point before is I
one.
wouldn't
You're having
marry
to
either
pick
of them.
one right now. Okay, but you already answered the initial question. You said no. I don't want to marry them because I'm not a that word that you can't see on TikTok.
Well,
And
I said it. I'm doing just fine.
and then you said that you would choose Sophie Rain because of her body or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out if you're truly a Christian, why are you wanting to marry a prostitute?
I don't want to.
If you're having to choose, yes, you do.
If I had to choose, I wouldn't like it.
If you had to choose, you would choose to marry a prostitute.
If I had the choice, I'd marry
Why
a
wouldn't you
goth
remain
bitch,
abstinent?
like one of
Why
those
wouldn't
scary goth bitches.
Why wouldn't you remain abstinent?
I don't know.
Are you even a Christian? Are you sure?
I don't think so.
I haven't read the Bible yet, but
Okay, so then you're not a Christian? Hello?
I just believe in God. That's about it.
Just
Okay.
because you read the Bible doesn't make you.
God.
I just said I didn't read the Bible yet.
Okay, sorry, I misheard. Chill.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, I should probably go back to the main prompt. Hello, Heather. I'm not sure who you are. We'll get to you at the end.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah.
You want my takeaway on the prompt?
Yeah. Oh, he left. Yeah, sure. Mr. Yolkstone.
I mean, if you're a Christian, I would say not marry them. But if I had to pick between the two, the lesser of two evils, I'd pick Sophie Rain, but with the added caveat that I would want an extra wife or two with them. That's just my caveat.
Well, yeah.
What?
He's very confused.
I knew he was going to bring it there. He always does.
He always
just
does
saying.
that.
Yeah,
I mean,
look,
picking the lesser evil is still picking the evil here.
Yeah, it's true.
So like that's just like a a cop out. You're still participating in evil. And also you're still participating in evil when you're wanting to add other people into this marriage. It wouldn't be a marriage then. You would have already broken the marriage contract. So what's the point in getting in a marriage with her if you want other partners? It doesn't make any sense to me.
no, they would already have been involved. This would be a conversation.
What do you mean they would already be involved?
Well, this would be a conversation to have.
But Yeah, but it's still wrong.
Sure, you can say it is, but as long as it's consensual and it's agreed upon, and you can take care of the people, I see no issue with it.
I mean, sure, that's fine, but if you're a Christian, I mean, this is gonna go against, the Bible.
I mean,
This this goes against what marriage is supposed to be.
well, it's still in theory a marriage. It's just with extra
No, a
people.
marriage is a union between a man and a woman, two people, not a man and a woman and another chick or another chick, or
Well, I'm
vice
not
versa.
saying to that. I'm not saying polyamory. I'm not saying to that extent.
You're saying with another person, like a threesome.
No, I'm not saying to that extent.
Okay, then what extent are you saying? You're saying that you want multiple, or like
I'm
more than
saying
one person, or
what
one
I'm saying.
person engaged in
What,
your marriage.
what I'm saying is, sure, you can have two women that are just engaged with you, right, in a marriage that you're taking care of both of them. They may
Not
not
as a
have to live with
Christian.
you,
Well,
but
not
hold
as
on.
a Christian, no.
Well, I'm not saying as a Christian, whatever the case may be.
Okay, then yeah. And sure, if you want to do that, then do that. But if we're talking about Christianity, then yeah, this is going to be wrong.
Polyamory? Is that what this is?
Well, he was the Sophie Rain
Yes.
and the what's it called
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what I just put up. That's what I took it
Oh
down
yeah,
because
weren't
it
you
was
supposed to work on
topic.
that?
Here, I'll show you. My
I'm just
phone's
saying the
being
caveat.
I think we have oh okay. Well, we have an opposition at the bottom right as well. Heather, we'll get to Heather.
What are you talking
So Heather, what's your age? What's your stance?
about? I am 24 years old, and I think a Christian man should marry um, an unrepented Bonnie Blue, for sure.
Wait, unrepented Bonnie Blue.
This is repented Bonnie Blue.
Yeah,
Changing
no,
parameters now.
I'm aware, but I'm not. My soul doesn't align with that, so I'm changing it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So Heather gets to change the rules. Okay.
Yeah, no, because you don't know, she might be a genuine person, you know?
Well, she might be, but it's for Christians too.
Yeah. Well, the Christian man may value a genuine woman. You know, she's who she is. She doesn't hide who she is from anybody.
Who are these women?
They're very bad people. Let's just say that.
So Sophie Rain is an online prostitute. She does OF modeling, which is in lingerie. And then Bonnie Blue is just like absolutely disgusting. You probably heard it, Sparrow. She was the woman who had sex with 1,000 men in a 24-hour
Period. Yeah.
and filmed
That's
it.
why it says
I've never
1,000
heard
men
Okay.
and me.
But
Yeah.
do you guys realize that she made sure everybody got STD tested before they
And
showed
I
up?
don't believe that. I
don't
don't believe
Really,
that.
how does that make that better?
I
Oh,
don't
but
believe
guys, they were all
that.
tested, so.
I don't
How
care.
does that make it better?
She also was going to do like a outdoor zoo thing where she was going to be tied up and many people could just come and do whatever they wanted to do. However, it was canceled due to threats. People were threatening to come up and like actually unalive her, and all of that stuff. So it was canceled. She had plans on doing that too. So I don't know, STD tested or not. I don't know. It's skeevy. It's disgusting. It's
Yeah.
devaluing women. It's teaching men that they can do whatever they want to do to women, to the most extreme levels, and it's just disgusting. And anybody who engages in it, they're disgusting. They need to repent.
Doesn't the Bible say serve your man?
Oh my God.
That's not
Yes,
her man,
not
that's her
more.
1,000 men.
No,
And it
no,
would
no.
be,
Not to
It doesn't say that.
it
What
doesn't
it
say
says,
you serve
what it
every man
It says
who
serve
wants
an
to.
army.
what it says is that I'm supposed to submit to my husband, who he in return submit to Christ. If my husband no longer submit to Christ, I have no authority to submit to him anymore.
He did
No, I
submit.
don't.
Your
I don't
one
submitted.
husband.
I think this
He
Heather who
he
we've never seen before is very
But
confused.
he did submit. Okay, he submitted the application to go fuck her. Okay, like he
Is
did
she
submit.
trolling? Heather is trolling. Heather is trolling.
Well, out of the choices, Heather, who, if you were a Christian man, who do you think it would be more virtuous to marry?
More virtuous.
Yeah, repented Bonnie Blue or unrepented Sophie
Okay,
Rayne?
you want me to try and defend this as seriously as I possibly can because I don't think they. In my real stance, in my real honest to God stance, fuck them both. Okay.
Yeah,
I'd rather hang myself.
right.
But if you want my honest to God, like try and defend this stance as much as I possibly can, it would still be the repented Bonnie Blue because
Amen.
she's
She's a new creation in Christ. She still has a horrible
exactly
past, but
I don't
a
know about
horrible, deplorable past.
yeah.
Yes, but Sophie Rayne continues to do the actions that are
Amen.
deplorable.
I think
Amen.
it's
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a man, so I can't necessarily.
I mean, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
find women attractive. So, but,
I don't know.
It's not
Some
even about
guys
if
can
you think
fix
they're
Sophie
attracted or
Rayne.
not. It's just on the spiritual level. I mean, even if one person is unrepentant from stealing a candy bar and one person is repented from like murder, I would still say the repentant person is better.
Nah, I think I could change. I think something could change Sophie Rayne. I think Bonnie Blue, point of no return. I mean, 1,000 guys in 24 hours. Like,
I mean, that's kind of like a personal qualm instead of a religious qualm. I feel like.
Yeah,
In the eyes
exactly.
of God, she's reborn. In the eyes of you, she had 1,000 dicks in her. So,
in one day, in one
personal.
day too.
Okay,
Yeah.
but as a woman who has been married for over 31 years, I would tell you that I would tell them not to marry these two choices. I mean, to live celibate because
Yeah.
so much drama and so much baggage.
Aspect, which in the eyes of the Lord.
As a man.
Oh, wait. I think you have a new op. So chill. What do you think? Chill.
I think it's if she repents, it's for the Lord to decide. But I mean, for me, I'm a judgmental human being, and I wouldn't marry Bonnie Blue because she's a public toilet seat.
I mean, I think we'd agree with that. The point is just who a Christian man should marry through, like Christian ethics or something like that. I think that's kind of, like I said, I'm not a man, so
Yeah,
I can't
but
necessarily
Christian
speak
ethics
on it.
doesn't say that I have to marry one of these
No.
women.
Of course,
No,
of
it
course.
doesn't.
That's
I
the whole
could live a
point.
life without anyone. The fact
I
is,
agree,
think
Mr. Man.
is
Christian
this
ethics
our
would tell
only
you to
two
marry
choices?
neither.
Yeah.
It seems to
look,
be. This is our only two choices left
Yeah.
anyway.
Look. I think Sophie Rayne. I think you can fix her. I think you can. It cause her to
I
repent.
could fix her.
No, you
It's
can't.
crazy. You can't
Nah.
fix her. She's not willing to change. That's why she's
If
unrepentant.
God can't fix her, you can't fix her.
She's not willing to change.
Depends on the type of guy she's with. I could fix her.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
If it's a billionaire, then
Depends
maybe.
on her willingness to submit to God.
If it's
But
a
these are the
billionaire,
only two types of women that are left, though, on the in the singles market.
Yeah. So no, in the living earth, this is your options, my dude.
It does seem
Yeah,
that
it's a
way.
hypothetical.
no, I think if it's a billionaire Christian, can definitely cause her to change.
Let's say
But I
you
think as a Christian,
absolutely
choosing an
have to.
unrepentant woman. Sorry, go ahead, Heather.
Well, no, I was just clarifying. Like in this circumstance, you have to pick one. Like you don't have a choice. The Lord
it's not-
told you to pick from these two. The
Yeah,
Lord
like it's not a
himself
false
said-
dichotomy. Obviously, there's more options. That's
This
just-
seems like a
that's the
choice the
problem.
devil would make you make.
Well, the Lord
Okay,
is trying
but-
to test your faith. The Lord is trying to test your faith, Mr. Man. Okay, now get up there and do your trial and tribulation, my dude.
Yeah, somebody with a horrible past who's repented versus somebody with kind of not a great past either, but unrepented. I feel like
Sophie
from the
Rayne, she
Christian
got a 0
perspective-
body count.
Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
Well, you're being judgmental.
Wait, what?
Sophie Rayne claiming to be a virgin. I don't believe it.
Oh yeah. Girls will just say they're a virgin because they think it makes them
They'll get more
like,
money.
desirable.
She probably gets more money. Like
Yeah.
Maybe she is.
Have you met her? Have you done a personal intake
And her
of
innocent
Sophie
eye,
Rain?
cuddly eye.
Oh, we lost Spicy.
I'm always a little spicy, my dude.
Oh, good night, Jelly. But yeah, I feel like from that prompt, I feel like it's, even if she's not a virgin, I feel like it's more obvious to just go with Sophie Rain because she at least doesn't have as much like public sort of
She's not as disgusting.
yeah, right. That's why I feel like even from the Christian perspective or any perspective, I feel like most people would pick Sophie Rain, but that's why I kind of was like add the twist of saying unrepented because then it kind of makes it more of a
Can we discuss how easy it was for her to get 1,000 men to sleep with her just by putting one post on the internet?
dude, all you have to do is be female. Like it's
Yeah, but did you see the caliber of men that were going in there?
There were people who were rejected, dude.
It was all the men that none of you want.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of part of the sadness of the whole thing.
Basically, guys that look like they sleep in their mom's basement.
And they're like, I just need something, bro.
I just need something, bro. Even if it's 30 seconds.
Even if it's a
And they'll
man.
be thinking about that 30 seconds for the next 30 years.
Well, because I like if you do the math, they must have each done like 45 seconds because 1,000. I don't know. I'm not gonna go back through that, but
It's
was,
not
like,
worth
no
waiting
more
in
than
that
30
line for
seconds.
45 seconds.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's technically smacks, even if it's only like 10 seconds, but it's not really. I don't know.
Would
It's-
she have
the
like
whole
a
thing's so weird.
stopwatch? Okay, next.
Yeah.
Maybe it was multiple at one time.
Just imagine the man hyping himself up in the mirror like you're gonna screw Bobby Blue. You got this. You got this.
Bonnie
Beep
Blue.
beep beep. Next. Like
Yeah, right. It's not that big of an accomplishment. Like it's really not a tall.
If intercourse in itself is a spiritual connection, technically those 1,000 and plus men are her husbands. Theoretically speaking.
We talked about that the other day to somebody. I can't remember who. But yeah.
I mean,
This is
like
probably-
200 in a lifetime is bad enough, let alone 1,000 in a day. Like what the fuck?
Those would be her
It's just-
husbands.
Huh?
I mean, listen, this is how I like to say it. Once is an anomaly. Twice is a coincidence. 3 times is a pattern. 4 times is a habit. 5 times is a way of life.
What's 6 times?
Yeah, and
Okay, but what
anything
if it's
past
only
It's all a way of
seconds?
life after 5 times.
What if it's only 45 seconds?
It's not about how much time you spent in there. It's just that you did it.
Yeah. I mean, if you do that for like 1 second, it's not like my body count's 0 because I only did it for 5 seconds. It's like your body count is still like however many things, whatever.
Or that one doesn't count because you didn't take me out to dinner.
Yeah.
It would have been 44 men in a house.
I feel like even like that's what I'm saying is like even like 20 in your whole lifetime is pretty like
I honestly
high
would just
up.
lay on my stomach and take a
1,057.
nap.
I mean, any number technically is.
No, well, it
high
was
up there, but-
1,057 men she's had intercourse with.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was 1,057.
Oh, yeah.
It's
doesn't
not
make-
that pretty, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean the 57 on its own. I don't know. People.
Imagine you were in that group, those 57 guys.
You're just
Imagine
a
being
con at that point.
57.
I think Sophie Rain is prettier than Bobby Blue if we're going off looks.
Yeah.
I think Bonnie Blue looks like a man from certain angles. That's why
I think it is a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's just why. It's like she might be a man. It's like, and no thank you.
But I think that one picture that was circulating, like I'm not here to defend Bonnie Blue, obviously, but I do think that one picture that was circulating was like Photoshop because it has like the exact same background. She is making the exact same face, etc.
Well, I'll say this. Any woman who's wearing makeup is suspect.
Okay, first of all,
Oh,
my
quit it.
profile pic,
That's Mr. Man. That's just Mr.
Yeah, just
Man
don't
for
listen to
you.
him.
Mr. Man. It's
Very
lipstick. My lips are not actually purple.
Hey, look, I don't care if you're painting your face. I'm assuming you're a dude under there.
He's very
That's
confused. We're just going to ignore him. We're just going to ignore him.
crazy.
Very confused.
I prefer an all natural look anyway.
I mean,
Every man
I
does. The only
rarely.
reason they're painting their face is because it's a disguise. They hate themselves and they want to be someone else.
Ew. I just like the color purple. My
Yeah,
favorite.
sure.
In itself,
Or they want to cover up their like dark spots or
makeup in
something.
itself originally was war paint. That's what it was specifically used for.
I have a
Historically.
different prom coming up. It's much more shady.
Oh my goodness.
We're still waiting for it to be created.
I'm going to go to bed,
I would
guys.
still say for this prompt, I feel like the
Good night.
repented Bonnie Blue would
Good
be a
night.
better answer. Bye, Mr. Man.
Business, man.
But I feel like,
If we're
from
going
a
off,
Christian
like,
perspective,
from a Christian's perspective, if we're going off, you don't want to go for the woman that continues to make the same, continues on the same path that she's on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I could fix her. So
no, you can't. God can't fix her. You can't protect.
no, she hasn't hit me.
If God can't fix her, you can't. And if you place yourself
No,
against
that's the
God,
hardest
if you place
part.
yourself above God, that's a different problem.
Hold on,
Oh,
Candy.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's true.
Hold on.
So there
When
you go.
people don't
There's
wanna-
the
when
answer,
people
protect.
don't- But hold on. When people don't want to change, it's because they have a hardened heart and they're giving up to a reprobate mind. That's what that specifically is.
Exactly, and human, man, etc.
No,
can't
God can
soften
still
somebody's
change.
heart. Only
The thing
God
is,
can do
God can
that.
still change those people. The problem is, God is not in these people's thoughts. That's the issue.
Yeah.
They're prideful.
Yeah, exactly.
okay,
That's what it comes to.
Ollie, we're waiting for that prompt. Not gonna lie.
Wait, what prompt?
It's good. It's based off of this, but there's more people in there, and they're probably even more zesty and sus than Bonnie.
Zesty.
Well, okay, sus. I'll just say that they're probably even worse than Sophie Rain. Got some two other options.
I mean, in general, for me, I'm more into like exotic looking women. So like Haitians, Jamaicans, you name it, I'm into it.
Ah, yes,
Australia,
W. Yeah, W.
British
But I
women.
mean, yeah, even for getting looks though, it's just what would be more of a Christian man thing to do.
I mean, they're
So,
kind of average looking to me.
I think as far as Christian goes, obviously any woman or man or whatever whatever you want to get into, like I think going with an unrepented woman would be less Christian than going with a repentant woman because I don't know. It just wouldn't make any sense from the
No,
Christian
too much
perspective.
experience for me. I don't need her doing like the Kama Sutra with me.
Wait, so which one would you choose, Phil?
I mean, I choose the one with no experience. I choose the Sophie Rain.
The unrepented woman?
Well, look here. I hear the Bop House. They do all that same stuff. So, just letting you know.
But I think from a Christian perspective, it doesn't make any sense to say she has a bad past. I mean, like, not that it doesn't make any sense. Like, I get where it's coming from, but oh well, she has a bad past. They both have not the best past.
I think it's more of a
obviously.
personal
I'm
quality.
thinking of this situation.
I think you can't
No,
get over the fact that she had all those people, you know. But like, if you,
Yeah.
so you'd rather the girl plastering her body online and getting subscribers and paying for that, which is crazy to me. Because
That's what you go to
at
work
least
and
Bonnie-
she's posting pictures of her butt.
It's bad enough.
She's
I mean, look.
texting other men, sending pictures of her booty hole, versus
Like,
Bonnie Blue's at home cooking you dinner. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's
Wait a
she's
minute.
moved
Look,
on past that.
I don't want to get dirty. But one of them has pictures of her booty hole. The other one had like 1,000 guys in her booty hole or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, but you have to understand what Candy just said. You're at work, you're providing, and you're doing all the right shit for your wife who's at home, posting pictures and texting guys off an app for money, using her photos that is supposed to be sacred to you. Now, granted, Bonnie Blue has a lot of bodies. Yes, she does. But at least you know when you go to work, she's at home cooking your dinner, cleaning the house, taking care of your kids. You know
Like
that
the
because
worst,
she's repented.
exactly, the worst entailments you get is like the judgment from other people. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're married to Bonnie Blue? Like, that's the worst you're gonna get. Versus, I think, from a Christian perspective, you should care more
Oh no, you'll get a
about the
lot
woman you're
worse.
actually with rather than the response you're going to get from the world.
You
Yeah,
get
but
it
the
the same for
problem is
both of them.
a
Yeah.
lot worse. Because like you'll get the things where the guys will be like, you know what? I had your girl in a yoga pose. You'll start getting those, like you seen your girl in the
Okay,
yoga
but that's a
pose.
personal qualm, not a religious one. That she's
That's
mean,
not
why,
doing you
yeah.
wrong. She's not doing anything to be unfaithful to your marriage. It's her past. Yeah, that sucks. That's a shitty thing to have to experience when somebody's talking about your wife like that. But at least they're talking about what used to happen and not what's currently happening. When a man walks up to you, I just paid $100 for a picture of your wife's asshole.
Last
Okay?
night.
Last night while you were at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I can fix her. I keep telling you guys don't want to listen though.
you cannot
Protect, you're
fix
not
her.
Jesus. Quiet.
I don't
and
like.
You're not Jesus. You can't fix her. Stop it.
No,
I
once
mean,
I
some
introduce
guys
her,
have
once I
fixed this
introduce
type
her
of
to
woman.
Rome, that's all said and done.
If it hasn't worked on me, how do you think it's gonna work on Bonnie Blue or
I had
Sophie?
different techniques, different strategies.
Yeah. Well, good
It's
luck with that.
possible. You just have to go through a lot of patience and a lot of talking.
But the
Yeah.
whole point is she's unrepented. She's not going to repent ever.
She's not going to stop. This is what she wants to do. This is who she is. So you're accepting that aspect of her life when you decide to marry her.
You'd rather say I'd have a sinful woman who hasn't repented, who's continuing in her sin against God, than a woman who realized what she did was wrong, even though it's your consideration that says what she did was worse. Like I said, even if a woman, the worst thing she ever did in her life was steal a candy bar when she was 3, I think her repented, or her I'm mixing it up, but I said it earlier. I can't talk at this point because I'm so confused on how that would be more virtuous to say, oh, well, she's unrepentant. God couldn't fix her, but I can fix her.
Nah, I
Well,
would rather
that's,
pick the unrepented person who stole a candy bar than like that. You said it's
I
like
know, but
unreliable.
but I'm saying even if the worst thing this woman did was steal a candy bar when she was 3 and no other sins, but repented for that, like, I don't know. It just doesn't. From a Christian perspective, it wouldn't make any sense to me.
From a Christian perspective, I know you're supposed to be equally yoked, but I think
So then why go with an unrepented woman selling her tits online, bro?
Sophie might be open to changing. That's the thing. You don't know.
But Bonnie already has changed.
You do know that.
But
Yeah,
if
that's
Bonnie
fine.
already has, so why go with the potentiality that Sophie Rain might
Might
repent,
or might
then
not.
rather go with the actualization that Bonnie Blue has repented? Then you're just holding a past of an old creation to a new creation.
I think I'm being torn. There's the Christian side and there's the world side. Christian side, okay, maybe Bonnie Blue, but the world side, I don't know. I think Sophie Rain.
Well, no, nobody's
There's the
disputing that.
point.
Yeah,
That's
nobody's
the point.
disputing that.
There you
Nobody's
go.
disputing that Sophie Rain is obviously the better option on a
Yes.
personal level. But if you want to go with your Christian ethics, then you would have to pick Bonnie Blue.
Like, of course, you'll get less scrutiny from Sophie Rain, but do you care more about what God sees in his eyes, his, like, basically, not unlimited, but for lack of a better word, unlimited mercy toward her, and that she actually cares to change, but you don't want to get judged because you're married to her from the world, or somebody who's doing all the same stuff still.
Dang, God put me in a really tough spot. Not gonna lie.
God put
That's why I thought this would be an interesting prompt.
Yeah, let's give a person who disagrees. I've seen Dino before. What do you think about the prompt?
Honestly, I joined because there's like a different prompt, I guess, in the comments when you join the host has about I'm guessing
Oh,
abortion.
oh, that's right. I mean, I could switch back to that one.
Either way, yeah,
Hmm.
this just spices it up a little more.
Yeah, I can switch back to that one.
What's up, Dino?
Hello.
Hey. What do
So
you
what's
think
your
about it?
opinion on the current one,
I
Dino?
mean, I don't know what everyone on the panel's stance is, but I'm guessing everyone up here is pro-life.
Oh, okay. Are you pro-choice?
I am pro-choice, yeah.
I'm whatever Protect tells me to be.
Do you want to explain why you're pro-choice?
I would say just based on my own morality, I do think that morality is subjective or is specifically around this subject. I don't necessarily value cellular life. I don't value human DNA alone. I value sentience and personhood. And I value the actual living sentient life of the pregnant person over what I do of just sentient life. So that would
Well,
be my main reason.
but
Do
hold
you want to
on.
define sentience before we get too deep into it? What you mean by that?
So yeah, like roughly when you're, I mean, studies are still ongoing, but roughly around 24, 25 weeks, is when the actual brain structure is required for sentience, feeling, thinking, experience when they're formed around 24 weeks.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking what your definition of sentience is because people kind of have
Yeah.
different definitions. We just I think Phil wanted to talk to you. I just
I
want to make
just
sure
had a
we knew what you
question.
meant by sentience before we get
I just had a question, just in
Oh,
theory.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you is this, right? Can you tell if you're actively deploying sentience currently?
Yes.
How?
When you're speaking, can you reflect on what you just said and know that you just spoke a sentence?
Not necessarily. You can forget about
I
it.
mean, yes, you can. That's ridiculous. But anyways, I think that was a pretty ridiculous question,
Well,
honestly.
we don't want to get into like
It's,
the brain in the jar sort of. I mean, we could, but
no, that's
Phil,
fine. I just want to
Would
ask
it be
that
cool if I
question.
asked what Dino means by sentience, and then I can let you go?
Well,
Sure.
I did already.
Oh, okay.
I genuinely wanted to
No,
ask.
that's okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I genuinely wanted to ask because, again, I don't understand your stance. So, based on what the host put in the comments, you're against the intentional unaliving of the unborn. So, do you believe that abortion is murder?
Oh, you mean me?
Yeah.
Well, I think it should be charged as murder. I don't think necessarily.
So you believe it's murder. If you believe it should be charged as murder, you believe it's murder. That's what
Not
you're
in the
saying.
legal definition, but like in the philosophical definition. Sure.
Oh, okay. So do you believe that people should be charged with murder? You believe that it should be illegal and people should go to jail?
Yeah, yes.
Do you believe that outlawing abortion would cause abortions to stop happening?
No law does
Push the
that.
button right there.
No, but what is your ideal outcome of making abortion illegal? If you don't believe that it's going to stop them from happening.
Reduction.
Yeah.
And what source do you have or what basis do you have to believe that if you make abortion illegal that it's going to reduce the amount of abortions that happen?
It's going to be
Well,
less accessible.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
just
it's
use
Does
very
that mean
true.
that there's going to be a reduction?
Yes,
Yeah.
How so?
If
absolutely.
you can't access a pew pew, then there's going to be less pew pew violence.
Right.
Right?
So, did you know that actually, since Roe v. Wade was overturned, in these because there was many states after that actually legalized abortion? Did you know the rate of abortion actually increased, not decreased? So, what's
Yes,
this about reduction?
absolutely.
That's because it's not illegal in any of those states.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is overturning Roe versus Wade doesn't make abortion illegal. So
No,
it
I
kind
said the following Roe versus Wade,
yeah.
the states that made abortion illegal, there was actually an increase in abortions that occurred. So, what do you?
It's not illegal
I'm
in
just
those
wondering.
states.
Wait,
It's not
in the
legal.
state. Sorry, go ahead, Protect.
It's not legal in those states. It's still legal. The doctors won't do it, but it's still legal. The pill still exists, so it's still.
No, there are states that have laws that would be a ridiculous statement to say that every single state it's legal in, because it's not.
Yes.
Since Roe v. Wade was overturned and there were states that followed that did make it illegal, can you explain why there was actually an increase in abortions instead of decrease? Because that's your.
It's not illegal in those states.
That doesn't make sense. That's not the question I'm asking.
Dino,
If it's
sorry,
if the
I was
pill
just
is
gonna ask
still
for
in
an
those
example
states-
from Dino because I feel like we might.
Well, here's the thing I'm wondering is because it seems like your ideal outcome is actually just for women to be criminalized and charged with murder instead of actually supporting your pro-life stance. Because if you're pro-life and your stance and your reasoning for wanting to make abortion illegal is because you want to save lives, so actually reducing the safe access to abortions and making it basically impossible to access by legalizing it everywhere, which is your ideal scenario, it actually doesn't decrease any amount of abortions that would be occurring. But what it does actually increase is the amount of unsafe abortions that would be occurring, resulting in death of the mother. So I don't actually think that supports a pro-life stance. I think that actually just supports that you just want women to be criminalized for getting abortions, because in your ideal scenario, there's actually more harm. There's more harm than good happening, to be quite honest with you, because you can't sit there and say you're pro-life, but you're also okay with outlawing abortion. Thus, the result of that being that more women are going to die due to seeking out unsafe, illegal abortions that endanger their life.
Can I ask in which states was it? Sorry, Phil. I was just gonna ask. In which states? It's okay if you don't know specifically.
It's not
I'm just
illegal.
curious.
No, I do, but I think it's pretty easy to open Google, especially because it's not even my country. So you should probably be educated on what states in your country.
Wait.
Yeah, I mean,
There are
that's
absolutely.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that's
It's not your
fine,
country.
Dino.
Wait, how are you claiming? Wait, if it's not your country, how are you claiming it? I literally told you it's still legal.
What do you mean? How am I claiming this? How am I educated on a country that
No,
isn't
hello.
legal?
It's still legal in all 50 states. I just stated that the pill is still on the markets, right?
Mhm.
It's still, women can't be criminalized for getting the pill, so it's still legal in all 50 states.
Do you know much about the heartbeat law in Georgia?
Yes.
So can you explain that?
A little bit. There's a cutoff at 6 weeks, right?
Mhm.
But like the pill, and some of these states that have these heartbeat laws, can still be accessible. You can still buy the pill online.
You just completely contradicted what you just said.
Wait,
But
can I
anyways,
just ask
but
you, Dino,
genuinely, you still haven't answered my question.
Wait,
You
not
actually
in
just
Georgia
completely
specifically.
pivoted. So I'm waiting for an answer.
Wait, not in Georgia specifically, but states.
So
that
you
do
actually
have-
are still pivoting. I'm still waiting for an answer.
Not in Georgia specifically, but in states. That
You're
do
still
have-
pivoting.
In states that do have the.
You're still pivoting.
How am I
Okay, wait.
pivoting?
Let's. All right.
How am I pivoting?
Because I quite literally asked you a question and then you literally pivoted onto a different topic instead of actually answering the question, like displaying that you don't want to answer the question or you don't have an answer because it disproved your.
Once the heartbeat is detected.
That's not what we were talking about at all. Did you hear anything that I was talking about? You're gonna
You literally
keep
just
going.
asked me my view on the heartbeat law.
No, I didn't actually. I asked you a question before, and then you started pivoting to, well, what
Okay,
states
that's
is it
my
illegal
point.
in? So
Wait,
can you answer my original question
was
that I
your
asked
original
instead of
question?
pivoting away from it?
What was your
Are you
original
capable of that?
What was your original question?
You don't remember the original question that I asked?
Okay,
That's
Dino.
interesting.
Hey,
I
Dino,
literally
do you want to
told you.
restate your question so that we know, so that Protect knows what
Right.
you're wanting him to answer?
So by reducing access to safe and legal abortions, you're not actually being pro-life because you're actually encouraging women to seek out unsafe, illegal abortions that significantly put their life at risk more than safe and legal abortions, which are actually statistically safer than a pregnancy itself. So you don't go on the whole tangent about how, well, abortion is unsafe in it itself.
Wait.
It is no more unsafe. I wasn't done. It is no more unsafe than pregnancy itself. So how does it make sense with your pro-life
Where's your
stance?
citation for that claim?
Let me finish. Because again, you're pivoting instead of answering
Wait a
the
minute.
question.
You think you can just
You're
make a
pivoting
citation?
again. Are you going to keep
Wait,
running
I'm
or
just gonna mute you. You think you can just make a citation and not provide a source?
pivoting and you're running and
Wait.
you're running and you're running and you're running and you're running
Wait a
again?
minute. You think you can just make a citation? So where is the citation that abortion is more dangerous than childbirth? Go ahead.
I didn't say abortion was more dangerous than
Wait a
child.
minute. I mean,
Your listening
safer.
years?
Yeah, safer. Sorry, I misspoke. So where's the citation?
I can pull it up for you. I can DM it to you separately after. I would like you to stop pivoting and answer my question.
Wait. You're not going to bring it right now?
No, because I'm on my phone, and if I swipe out of the app, you can't hear me. I
Then go
would
get
love
it.
to pull it up for you after you're done answering my question.
No,
And you
go
stop
get it
pivoting.
right now. You
Why are
literally
you
made a
pivoting
claim.
instead of running?
Wait. You literally just made a claim. You made a positive.
can I-
And absolutely, and I would love to pull.
Yeah.
I'll even pull it up for you while I'm on live on here after. I would like you to stop pivoting and answer the
No, do
question.
it right now. Do it right now. You
Exactly,
made a
that's what I
positive claim.
thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Wait a minute. You think you can make a positive claim and not provide a source?
I literally told you I'm super happy to pull it up after you answer my question.
No, do it right now because you're the one who's
Why?
asserting something.
Why?
'Cause you
Because
just
I
made a
asked you the
positive
question
claim.
10 minutes ago, and you've
Wait,
done nothing but pivot and
wait a
run from
minute.
it since I
When you
asked it.
ask
So
the
that's super
question-
interesting.
Wait a minute.
not
When you
letting
make
anybody else speak.
wait a minute. When you make a claim to something, you can't just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'll show you after. So where is the citation?
I would love to pull it up for you. What I said actually had nothing to do with the original question. It was a side comment. So if we want to address that after, I would love to pull it up for you on stream. I don't even have to DM it for you. I can pull that up. Absolutely. I would like you to answer the original question because all you've done since I asked it is pivot and run away from it.
No,
and I
already
would love to
told
know
you.
why is that.
I already told you it's not illegal in any of those states. I already just
That wasn't my original question. Do I need to restate it for you again? Are you having
fine,
trouble
then restate
tracking?
it. Then restate it.
Okay,
Fine.
so how does it make sense with a pro-life stance? I want you to genuinely, like, please use your listening ears because if I have to repeat it again, I'm just going to leave because it's getting really annoying that you can't track. So how does it make sense with your pro-life stance that if you reduce safe and legal access to abortions, it doesn't actually reduce them from happening completely. All that's going to do is it's actually going to force women to seek out unsafe abortions, which put their life significantly more at risk than if the abortion process was safe and legal, using home methods, back alley abortions, which are known to be significantly more harmful, and the fatality rates for the pregnant person skyrocket. So how does it make sense with your pro-life stance that you are okay with that happening if you outlaw abortion to save these lives, but you're okay with the lives of the pregnant people ending?
Okay. Well, I'll answer two points. One, the access is slightly harder. As I said, the pill can literally be ordered online.
That has nothing to do with what I asked. Please
can
stop
you let me
pivoting.
finish? Can you let me finish?
Stop pivoting.
Can you let me finish? So
You're
the
pivoting,
access.
so answer the question.
Wait, I'm trying to answer the question.
You're not actually. You're
Yes, I am.
completely referring to something else.
Yes,
I don't know why it's so hard for you.
Because I'm literally in the middle. So the access that you're claiming still exists because the pill can be ordered online. Number two, abortion is immoral, so why would I care? It's an immoral action. So like you're asking me, well, the women are going to die. Well, that's just their problem for doing an immoral and illegal action. So like this is a common question. It's been asked me like 1,000 times. Abortion is immoral, so why would I make it easier to access this immoral action?
Mm-hmm. And so do you think it's any more morally permissible to, in your ideal scenario where you make abortion illegal everywhere, you think it's more moral of you to be okay with women dying because they have to seek out unsafe procedures instead of making it safe and legal? That doesn't make it, just because you believe that abortion is immoral or whatever it is, doesn't mean it's any more moral to sit there and say, well, I don't really care what happens to them. You're not actually
Wait a minute. Wait, that's not my fault for doing this dangerous action.
Like I said again, I think you're still you're struggling so hard to track actually, and you're coping so hard because you can't sit there and say you're pro-life when you believe something like that.
I'm not pro-life. I am anti-abortion.
Nobody was
If
talking to
you
you actually,
take-
Big Bertha out there.
If you
So.
go,
Wait, 1 minute though.
if you
Nobody
go,
needs to get an abortion. It's that simple. Nobody has to do it. It is a choice you make, and if you unalive getting an illegal abortion, that is a decision you make. So no, I don't feel sorry.
Anyways, Big Bertha, you all just got fucking dog walked. All you did the whole
Well, no, I'd like to actually.
the whole
I'd
time
actually.
to pivot and run away from the fucking
You've
question.
literally been
I don't want to
talking
hear
over
anything.
Hey, guys.
You need to brush your hair first before
Well,
you
Dina
start.
has no argument. She just pivoted onto us. So why are you pro-choice? This is like, give us a reason.
I explained it to you numerous times, but when I asked
I
you a
just
simple
got here.
question, you pivoted
Yeah,
from it.
no, wait, no, you
I
hello,
wish you all the love,
hello.
strength, except for that
Hello. So you haven't given me an argument. You just burden shift onto mine. So why
Oh
are you
my God! Look,
pro-choice?
it's that fucking.
Why are you
Wait, so what's
pro-choice?
the argument?
Anyways, I wish you all a lovely night. Except
Oh, is she running?
Why are you pro-choice? Why are you
I
pro-choice?
wasn't done speaking, and I would love to
Wait,
answer you
wait,
if you'd stop interrupting me.
wait. Can you give me the?
I
Can
wanted
I
to
get the
say I
argument?
hope you all have a lovely night, except
What's
for
the
that
pro-choice
disgusting
argument?
creature.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Can we get the
Wait,
argument?
You need to
someone
brush
they
your
said
hair and brush.
Can we just get the argument? We don't need all that.
they said sentient.
Pass with sass. I actually answered their question
Okay, so
numerous times. You literally just joined, and he
I
pivoted
just
and
got here
ran from the
too.
question several
I
times.
answer your
got here
question.
too.
Just
Can
restate your
can you
pro-choice
just?
position. I
Yeah,
like how
I'd like
you.
to.
Yeah,
I'd
I
like
would
to
love
get the
to.
argument
When
Yeah,
that
yeah. So
justifies
no
the
name up here
pro-choice.
stops speaking.
Yeah, can
okay,
you go ahead
restate
and
your
give me
Really
the
will
position.
shut
argument?
the fuck up.
All right. Hold on. Reset your position. Stop the
Wait, what
stop.
did you say, Heather? Did you brush your
So
teeth?
That doesn't
so
matter.
wait. Can you explain why you're pro-choice?
I
Like,
already did, but I would love to restate it for you because I know you have trouble tracking
yeah,
with your
restate
13
it.
IQ.
This
So I
Yeah.
don't
this
actually
rhetoric is not
value
helping me.
cellular life in and itself. I
We
believe
don't care
that
about that.
I'm sorry, was I speaking or were you?
Yeah, we don't care about that. Just go ahead
Okay,
and
well
give the
he doesn't
position.
care. Even though he asked me a question, did he ask you a
Just give the
question? So why are you
position.
speaking?
Give the position
Why are you
that
speaking? I
justifies
was, and then you
pro-choice.
interrupted me. Are you done?
All right, all
Let's
right,
just
go
let's
ahead.
just let Dino. There you go.
So for me personally, why I'm pro-choice, I don't value cellular life in and itself. I believe there has to be sentience present. I don't necessarily place value on a fetus unless the pregnant person places value on the fetus. Morality is absolutely subjective within this topic that we're discussing right now. I don't value human DNA. I do value and prioritize the living sentient person that has to carry the fetus, that is carrying the fetus.
Do you know what an argument is?
Yeah, they didn't ask for an
So
argument. They asked me for my
the
stance, and that's it.
Yes, we
Right.
asked you why are you pro-choice and what's your argument.
Yeah, and I just
What's
told you. I
the?
don't know why you're
All
not
right, all right.
tracking.
You're right. What's the argument that justifies that conclusion?
So does she
What's the
realize?
Hold
argument
on,
that
hold on.
justifies the conclusion? You
Yeah.
asked me what my stance is on being pro-choice and
Did
why
you
I'm
not just
pro-choice,
hear
and
the
I just told you.
question?
If you would like
Let's
to
not.
get my
No,
argument, give me a
remember.
point to give you an
Yeah,
argument on.
yeah. Obviously, the pro-choice versus
No,
pro-life.
Casosas, they actually asked me for my
Yeah.
stance on
Stop.
abortion. They didn't ask me for an
Stop.
argument.
Are you
Yeah.
appealing
Oh,
to
you can
common
interrupt me all day,
Yeah,
so I can't do it
just go
to you.
ahead.
That's
Like,
interesting.
let's.
It sounds a little sexist, right?
All you're doing is just making yourself look really bad. Just give the
No, not at
argument
all,
that
actually. So when
justifies
you
the
ask someone
pro-choice
for their
conclusion.
stance and why they're pro-choice,
Can you stop yapping and just give the
once
argument
you
for
keep
the
muting me, we're
pro-choice
not going to keep
conclusion?
having this
Okay,
I'm
conversation.
great.
literally
So just
asking
go
what
ahead
the
and
Keep
follow
argument
conversation.
that.
And
is.
Heather, again, no one was talking to your
Like
stance,
this,
right?
this
Just
very,
so I don't know why
very
you're
poor
Literally,
rhetoric is not doing you any
answer
good.
the
Just
fucking
go
question.
ahead.
Hey,
What is
Heather,
your
did you
Go
go
ahead and
brush
argument?
your
give the
teeth yet?
argument.
Because I can actually smell your breath through the screen all the way.
Yeah, this isn't gonna help you. Just go ahead and give the argument for pro-choice, please.
I gave you my argument for pro-choice.
You
I
said
can't
you
argue
gave a
pro-choice for
stance, not an
everyone.
argument.
No,
Go ahead
I
and
get
give the
her
argument.
argument for
No,
pro-choice.
Pam, it's okay. So, what is the conclusion there? Just go ahead and give the argument that justifies the pro-choice conclusion.
Why was I
Because I
invited?
don't
I
believe
to
that
speak.
fetuses, zygotes, especially in early stage pregnancy, which is literally just cellular life, for me morally, I don't value it. I don't believe it is valuable, and I prioritize the living sentient life of the mother over that of the non-sentient cellular life fetus. That
Why
is
should
my
we care about that?
stance.
That's not
What
a
argument would
given.
you
Hold on,
like?
hold on.
That's what I believe.
Why should we care about that?
You don't have to. You asked for my stance, and I gave it to
Obviously, if it
you.
is the case that you're valuing this, and this is how you would, distinguish someone that is valuable versus someone who isn't. Well, obviously, you're putting this on other people. So, can you go ahead and give us the reasons as to why we should
Who am I
care
putting
about
it on? You
something?
said I'm putting it on other people. Who am I
Obviously,
putting
you're
it on?
making dictations on which something is good or bad. So, if
How
that
am I
is the
making
case,
dictations on it when I told you that's my
obviously,
personal
if
morality
you
and that's
think
my
that
personal stance?
pro-choice
So you're
is
just
a
using
moral
words
conclusion,
that don't actually.
yeah. So you might just be slow. So just
No,
to
I
be
think you
clear,
might
if you're
just be slow.
pro-choice, you might just think, right, that the abortion is moral in some sense. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you said that under your scope, you value entities in which that are sentient, correct? In which you would
That's
give
not.
this
That's not
sentient.
my. That's
Oh
not
my
where
God.
I
Okay.
primarily value it. It is part of it. Yes, there's multiple things that go into it, but that's yes.
Tony, she also
Okay.
said the mother gives it value, so that could be up to 9 months.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay, so sentience doesn't even matter. All right, so if it is the case that
I said it's part
it's,
of it. I didn't say it was the whole
well, I
part of
don't
it.
see
That's why I
why
literally
I don't see
clarified
why
it.
it's not necessary. It's not necessary. If it is the case that it's up to the mother, and if she values it, then that should be necessary.
So here's the thing about bodily autonomy,
Oh
right?
my god.
Wait, can
Is it funny, really?
Wait, just
You
let her
laugh about
guys,
abortions,
let
but
her
you care about
respond.
it? So
Go ahead.
I believe you can place value on a fetus if it is a wanted pregnancy. So even though I believe at that point it is still cellular life, do I believe at that point it would be okay to force that person who wants to carry through with the pregnancy to have an abortion? Also no, because that's also that person's bodily autonomy. Just like how you can't force a person to give birth, or I believe that you shouldn't be able to. Also, the same goes for the other side, where I don't believe you can force someone to have an abortion. So if someone places moral value on their pregnancy, on their fetus, that cellular life, if they place value on it and it is a wanted pregnancy, I believe that there is moral value there. However, if it is an unwanted pregnancy, the pregnant person does not place moral value on the fetus. They do not want it, whether it was an accident, whether they were raped, whether it was incest. If they do not place moral value on it, because I don't place moral value on cellular life in and itself, unless the pregnant person gives that life moral value, it is not valuable to me.
All right, so let's say in the case of a sentient fetus, mother doesn't want it at 35 weeks. She wants to abort it. Can she do that? Would that be wrong? No, would that be wrong?
I believe that would be wrong. Yes. Do I believe also when you're talking about late term abortions at 35 weeks, it is not something that there would be an elective abortion for because the fetus is viable. So that term, it would actually just be delivery because
I didn't ask you that.
Sorry, guys.
No,
No,
now you're
you didn't actually let me finish, so you cut me off. So I'll finish what I was saying. So at 35 weeks, it wouldn't be an elective abortion. Do I think that there should be elective abortions at 35 weeks? No, that's what you asked me. I believe that would be wrong. However, that's not what's carried through because at that point it would just be delivery. You actually did. You asked me if it would be wrong, and I said yes.
I said, would it
so I
be
don't know what you're not
permissible?
tracking.
Would it be
He said,
wrong
would
for
it be
her?
permissible to be?
Goodness
I said, and I literally
Like,
said
this-
no. Wrong
the
and
tracking
permissible,
issues here
same
is
thing,
crazy.
sweetheart.
So just to be clear, now there's ad hoc being thrown in because now viability for some odd reason plays a part, even though the mother should have the choice all 9 months if it is the case she doesn't want to force them to care. So it seems it's like you're just throwing in extra bullshit. So
No,
if
not
it's
at
the
all. You
case-
asked me a
hold on,
question and I
Dino,
answered it. You were actually the one who threw in bullshit and
Shut up. So if it is the case, yeah, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Remember, be quiet.
You
I was
keep
quiet,
running.
I was quiet. So if it is the case,
All right, bye, guys.
All right, go ahead and run. Go ahead and run.
She always runs. This is
Run.
what she does every single time.
I mean, if people
Cassie
can't
Sass, I've
defend-
literally seen you once ever before, and you got
you're
I mean, yeah.
extremely low tier. You make pro-choice look very terrible.
I was gonna say, Dino, if
You
you
obviously
can't
won.
defend your position, that's okay.
All right, we'll go to Pam, and then we'll go to Chase because Chase is actually an intelligent pro-choicer.
Wait,
So
Ela,
If
just to
mommy
be
doesn't
clear, you're
love me,
pro-choice,
that means I'm
right?
not valuable.
You're pro-choice, right?
Yeah.
Did her stance make any sense?
She honestly, on God, she ate that.
She ate. You're right.
I'm adopting. I'm
You could-
adopting her stance from now on.
Oh man.
And obviously, wrong and permissible mean the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
wait, I didn't see
Yeah.
anybody drop her. I think
Honey.
she ran.
Yeah, she ran. She ran by herself. Yeah.
Nobody kicked her, right?
Yeah, I
Like
didn't
my
see.
favorite thing that she said was, if the mom wants it, then it's obviously a baby. But if the mom doesn't want it, then it's not a baby,
Well, she
right?
can come back up. She can come back up if she doesn't want to run. She can come back.
If she got dropped,
Yeah.
So like,
I
what's
said-
the beef with Heather, bro? Like that was insane beef right there. That was like crazy.
Yeah, so I didn't drop it all.
Extremely low tier,
okay.
that's all.
No, that's okay.
She's just
And also,
extremely
Heather,
low
just to
tier.
correct you, I didn't actually say if the mother wants it, it's a baby. I didn't say that at all. So I don't know if you're fucking whack
We
ass
already
here.
understand
You've
your
been Russian 10
position
years.
is
You're like,
Anyway.
Bro, what's with this?
Not what I
Heather,
said.
bro?
Yeah, like your position is just shit, bro. Just chill. Like, just go to the next
No,
person.
I was
Yeah,
speaking
your
specific.
position is shit. It's fine. Just go to the
Again,
next
if you keep
person.
muting me, you're.
Okay, just stop. Just stop. Like you can't debate. You cannot debate.
You're
You know
Anyway,
what?
whatever it
can't
is,
debate.
just
Just
one
stop.
person talking at a time. That's it.
Yeah.
That would be
And
great.
so yeah, so
Okay,
can we
perfect.
just go ahead and move on since obviously, you know.
Dino, did you want to speak to me? I'm pro-life.
Sure.
Sure. Do you want to hear? Do you want me to defend my stance, or do you want to defend yours?
Well, I've already said what my stance is. So if you want to lay
Sure.
lay yours down, and we can have a conversation about it. Sure.
Sure. So I'll just take it to be that the fetus has a property of a future viable experiences, and then disrupting this would be wrong. And if you cause the being in a state of dependency, that would be the obligation that the mother has to sustain the pregnancy.
Okay. So do you value future sentience and future experiences more than you value present and past experiences?
Well, I value both. I value future. Well, the main is just going to be future. I don't know why past even matters. I just value future.
Only future,
Okay.
not present and past
No,
experiences.
because both the mother and the fetus have a future.
Okay, so I have a hypothetical for you. So you have two people. One is not currently experiencing anything and hasn't previously experienced anything. And then you have someone who is currently experiencing, like currently sentient. But the person who is not currently experiencing anything is going to be sentient in 10 minutes. Which one do you value more?
Will the other one also experience? Will both of them experience in the future?
Well, here's the other half to it.
Oh, you're adding more. Wait, also this will just be like a trolley problem. This will be a value claim. This isn't gonna do anything. 'Cause
No,
I can val-
it's to test your stance. It's actually
Wait, this is just a value
it
claim. Like
doesn't.
that's like asking me what would I value? Would I value a zygote or a newborn? Obviously, there could be reasons that could value the newborn, but this isn't going to discredit the fact that the
no,
fetus
it's to question your stance. It is
It's not
applicable.
testing a principle. This is
It is
really
actually.
bad. This is like really bad. That's a
This
blunder
is
on your part.
extremely
Well,
low to
why
me,
don't
bro.
you didn't
Like
even let me
obviously,
finish? So
well, I don't grant you let anyone finish, but go on. I'll let you finish.
okay, so you have because it literally is to test your stance. You made a claim, and now we're going to test it. So you have two people. One is not because you said you only value future experience. So you have two people. One is not presently or previously has experienced anything, but they're going to be sentient in 10 minutes. Your second person is currently experiencing. They're currently sentient. They've previously had experiences. They were previously sentient. You have to choose between one of the two of them to unalive them painlessly. Which one are you picking?
Yeah, and are you saying this is testing principle, or are you testing the value of the individual?
Which one are you picking?
Wait, I just want clarity. Are you testing the value on which one I would value more, or are you testing a direct principle?
Your principle. Which one are you
Obviously, this is
unaliving?
testing a principle, so that was a blunder on your part. Because I could take it to be the case that both are valuable.
For you.
So I
No,
could
you
say
have
that
to
I could
pick one.
value-
So which one?
Wait, sure. I could just say that I'll value the person that's had experiences, but this doesn't prove anything because that doesn't mean that I value the other one at all. I still value them insofar as I.
No,
not-
because you made a
not
claim
alive.
that you only value future experiences, not present or current, not current or previous experiences. So if you only value future
Wait,
experiences,
that's really dumb. So that's like if I were to give a case where like here, there's a brain dead individual, or there's someone or a zygote. Who do I value more? Obviously, I value the zygote more. Dumb fuck. That was really bad.
It's super low tier. What the fuck?
I don't
Those
know
are the
what
dumb
you're not
fuck
tracking
response.
about it. You quite literally made the claim that you only value future experiences. So
Yeah, you're just doing
no,
a
I
value
wasn't done.
claim.
So
Well, I
within
don't
the
give a fuck.
example,
You're dumb
when
fuck.
having to pick between two people, one is only going to have future experiences because they don't have current or
explaining
previous
this on the
experience versus the person who has currently experienced something and has previously experienced something. If you made the claim that you only value future experience, not
Wait,
present or past
are you locked in?
experience, but then you flipped around and say, well, I value them both the same. You just contradicted yourself.
Wait, are you locked
Wow.
in? Wait, I just want to be clear. Like before I respond, are you like locked in right now? Like very much locked in.
Why don't you just answer the question? Because
No,
you
I just
contradicted
wanna be-
yourself.
I just want to be clear if you're locked in before I respond.
Are you locked in?
Just it's a yes or no. So
Are you locked in?
oh, so you're not locked in. Okay, well then I don't know how I'm gonna respond if you can't even respond yes or no that you're locked in. But I'll just
So
grant
ridiculous.
that you are locked in. So let's say this slowly. Both individuals that you have positive have futures. No way. So obviously both organisms that you positive have futures. You're just positing extra things that make grants credence to valuing another entity more. Simplicator. But obviously future is still what's valuable. And both organisms have this. And if you
That
were to
wasn't
give
the
me
claim that you made. That's why I made the
are you
example.
okay? That's
That wasn't the
exactly what
claim
I'm
that you made.
saying.
That's why I made the example. So
That's
you do
exactly.
value
Are you
present
okay?
and past experiences as
What's the
well as
contradiction?
future
Wait, I
experiences,
just want to be clear.
correct?
Do you have a future?
I hope so. I mean,
I don't think so.
5
But I'll
seconds
just
from now I
Oh,
do.
stop. Okay.
this is really bad. I don't think you do. But obviously
I
both
don't know
have
what you're
futures.
not understanding about the question.
Because you're just giving a trolley problem a value claim. I
No,
could.
not at all. So you literally made
That
the
is
claim that
literally a
you
trolley
only
problem. Are you
value
okay?
future experiences, indicating that you do not value present or past experiences. So when given the example between two people and you have to unalive one of them only
That's a
having the
trolley
ability to
They
have
both
future
have futures.
experiences. I wasn't
They
done.
both
One of
do.
them, I wasn't
Are you
done. One of
okay?
them wasn't done. One of them only having the ability to have future experiences, and the second person who will probably have future experiences, yes, but has
Right.
also had present experiences because they're currently experiencing something and has had past experience. So you literally contradicted yourself because in your answer, when you said that you value both of them, you contradict that you only value future experiences.
Wait, are you okay? They both have futures under your view. You posited two entities that have future experiences.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Correct.
Are you
Which
okay?
one
Okay.
and which one would you value
That
more?
was
Fucking blunder. Like, what the fuck
that
are
was
you
really
doing?
I don't
bad.
think you know what you're talking about,
But
AI
hold
lady.
on,
You can't
hold
even put a
on,
real picture of
one
yourself as your
second.
profile picture. I
This
don't
is
want to hear
actually
nothing
how I
from you.
look. I don't
Had
even know
death
why.
threats,
Are
bitch.
you insulting me? That's
I didn't hear
exactly
what you
how I
said.
look.
So Ela, you know what? I'll give you a trolley problem that'll actually, make sense. So Ela, if it were the case that two people were on the tracks, right, and one had past experiences, but they don't have current experiences, but there's one that doesn't have any past experience, but they will have future experiences. The other one won't have any future experiences at all, none, zero. Which one would you say?
Probably the one that has future, and not the one that doesn't have
Oh, and that's not a contradiction. Because guess what?
good stuff. Anyway, so that was really bad of a reductio that you held. If you want to try something else, that would be great.
It really wasn't. Just because you didn't like it because it showed the contradiction in your original
Yeah,
statement
what's the
doesn't mean it was
P?
really bad.
What's the
Who
peanut
taught you
P?
to debate?
It's a conversation. I didn't come up here to
Logic,
debate.
what law of logic did he break?
Here, Dino, can you tell me the peanut P that was created at this
He
moment
doesn't
in
know what
time
that
that
means.
you're
He has no
speaking
fucking
at?
clue.
Again, your
12:45
original
CST.
statement was that you only value future experiences, but when given the example between two individuals, one only having the ability to experience something in the future and the other also experiencing something in the future, but has also had present and past experiences,
My
you're
God.
telling me that you value the one that is
Both have the
only.
future. What the
Oh
heck?
my
Mhm.
god, this is
Anyway.
really.
Is
Can
she
I ask
funny?
a
You do
question?
realize you're just asking for a value claim on two other individuals. This doesn't change anything with my view. This
Yeah,
is
both
like
meet
the fact
necessary.
that the zygote still has a future, so I would still value the zygote.
Yeah,
You're
both
not
meet
telling
the
anything. You're just
necessary
asking.
qualifiers under his view.
You're
Like,
really
what?
not
How is that a
understanding at all.
contradiction? How is that a contradiction if
Okay.
both meet the
It's
necessary
interesting
I
that
think
all of
qualifiers?
us but you don't understand this.
No, not at all. So I see. I guess you're sticking
How
to
can you be
your
this
original
stupid?
claim. I don't agree because for me personally, I value the person who has created social relationships,
That's
who
not a
has had
critique.
past experiences, who is currently
Oh,
experiencing and is
She's
currently
pivoting.
sentient.
okay.
She's
I
pivoting.
do value
do you
that
want me to
life
critique your
more.
view?
So I guess the
He
outcome of that
concedes.
is that I just don't agree
Guys,
and I
What's wrong
don't
with this?
understand where you come from with
Time,
that
guys.
because
Okay,
that
How
makes
do you
no
so
British
sense.
you
shit
want me to
yourself?
critique
You're
your
just
view
putting
now?
your
Is that
own.
what
Sure.
it
This
is?
is like 700
Wait,
people talking at once.
Wait,
wait,
hold
hold
on.
on.
You're just positing your view onto Chase's.
Wait, it's fine. I can critique her
Yeah,
view now.
she's
She
just
hasn't really
conceded her
went
view.
anywhere.
She gave,
But
yeah.
Dino,
Guys,
so you said you only value individuals who have built relationships.
I didn't say that. I said I
well,
prioritize that and I value that more. Yes.
What's why?
When you're comparing two people or two individuals, one who has literally not experienced anything yet, is not currently experiencing something but they might in the future, or they will in the future, versus someone who is currently experiencing something, has past experiences, is currently sentient, has made social relationships, they have a family. I think it's pretty logical to say that I would prioritize that over the life
You're
of
not
someone
telling
who
me
doesn't
why.
even know they exist yet. Yes.
You're not telling me why. You're just describing these. You're describing what it is to have past experiences and what it is to the fetus has future experiences. You're not telling me why the past even matters.
For sure, because past and present defines personhood. Your experiences in life define who you are as a
That's
person.
just begging the question. Yeah, that's just begging the question.
Not at
Can I
all.
ask you a
Well,
Do you know
question?
what begging the question is?
Yeah. Anyways,
What is
someone
it?
else
wait,
is
wait.
talking.
She does not know what it
Wait.
means.
What's begging
Otherwise
the
she would.
question? Just so that we know, it's if you don't know, that's okay. I think they just want to kind of like get to the point of
Feel
it.
free to explain to me what begging the question
You
is.
said you
While
didn't
you're
know.
dying
No, it's
to.
okay. That's okay.
No, I know
Like
you're
this.
dying to. Feel free to explain. I'm
No, it's
waiting.
okay. There's plenty of
I'm
things I
waiting.
don't know. It's
I
basically just
didn't ever claim
Wait,
that I
just
don't
let.
know
Wait,
it.
all right, guys.
yeah.
This
No,
is
I know.
kind of getting out of hand.
Yeah,
Just
no. I'm
let
just
Chase and Dino
yeah.
talk. Yeah.
It's just
Again, a lot of
assuming
pivoting.
So
assuming
Dino,
the
can you?
conclusion
All right, wait. All
within
right,
the
just let
premises.
Chase and let's just let Chase and his runner talk. All right.
Okay, so
So
Dino, can you? Since you said you know what a burn or not a burn, begging the question is, can you define what it is?
I asked you to explain it to me.
Wait, but you know what it is, so I just want to make it clear that you, because I said you're begging the question, you said you're not. Can you just explain what it is?
Can
What
you
is
explain to how I was begging the question?
just okay? That's dodge number 2.
Not at all.
Explain what begging the question is.
Explain to me how I was. I could also say that you're dodging the question as well.
Here, I'll give you 5.
No,
I'll be generous and I'll restart to 0, and I'll give you 5 different tries to define what begging the question is. So try number 1.
I'm just going to sit here and wait till you tell me how I was
What's
begging the
begging the
question,
question?
because this is what you pro-lifers like to do, is you like to
Chase
sit here
isn't
and ask people
pro-life.
for definitions
Chase
instead
isn't
of actually
pro-life.
having the
Not
important
even pro-life.
conversation.
Chase is not pro-life. He's pro-choice. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
you're just getting cooked. Like, this is just how bad you are.
He literally
Rosie?
claimed that he was pro-life.
You're
So
getting embarrassed by your own side.
he literally claimed that he was pro-choice
LARPing.
or
He's
pro-life.
LARPing. Hello, he's
Well,
LARPing.
yeah.
He's LARPing.
Okay.
Well, he agrees with you on the conclusion. It's just that the reasoning on the way to the conclusion has to also be logical, I think is what he's pointing out.
It doesn't mean it's not logical because you don't agree with it.
Wait,
Can I
no.
say something,
That's not the claim.
please?
Wait, we haven't got to you yet. Hold on, we'll get to you after these two are finished.
Okay.
All right,
That's
so
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yo, can you
all right, just leave between Chase and this imbecile. So can you answer this question? Yes.
let Kylan up.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Kylan's wanting to come up. I don't know how long I'm going to be up here, though. It's like 1 in the morning and I have work, but I don't know how long I'm going to be up here for.
All right. Can you just answer Chase's question?
I literally told you I'm not going to, and he can explain to me how I was begging the question. I could do the same thing and say he's running by not answering. I don't think it's applicable to the conversation whatsoever. If you want to actually have the important
Begging the question
conversation
is
and
assuming
continue,
why the fuck do you keep talking? Anyways, begging the question is assuming the conclusion within the premises. Are we clear on that now?
great. So are we ready to continue actually having the conversation instead
Yeah,
of
so then
pivoting and
now
asking
that
for
we
definitions every
now
5
that we got the
seconds?
definition of something you clearly didn't know what it was, so the how you're begging the question is it presupposing that those XYZ traits that you posited is what make a person without actually proving or giving reasons to why those XYZ traits are what makes a person.
You didn't ask me in the statement that I made. In nowhere in that question did you ask me what I believe personhood is, or to explain what personhood is. You asked me why I believe that, and I told you based on personhood. And had you after asked me to explain what I believe personhood is or define what personhood is,
Well, you
I
did
could have
that.
absolutely done that. Just
Wait.
because you believe I didn't give you enough information in my vague answer to your vague question doesn't mean I was begging the question. It's very disingenuous.
It was begging the question because when you were defining person, what a person.
I wasn't defining personhood.
Oh, sorry, I was speaking. So you did, by the way. You said that you posited XYZ traits to make what makes a person, which is just going to be like the past experiences and the future experiences that are indicative of past. And what I'm asking for is reasons that count in favor for that. But actually, before I even do that, do you think it's the case that if someone has never had past experiences or any future experiences or even any present, such as a zygote, that they're not morally relevant at all.
I believe so. I quite literally said in my original stance that I don't value cellular life in and of itself. I don't believe it has value. So no.
Okay, what would be your response to Comatose Baby?
For what?
What would your response to? Is it wrong for me to kill a comatose baby?
So vastly different from a zygote. Are you saying that a zygote and a comatose baby are the
Wait,
same thing?
what's the
That's
meaning?
absurd.
What would make it wrong for me to unalive?
Do you think that a comatose baby and a zygote are the same thing?
Why are you
Genuinely?
like? What,
Have
is
you
this like?
pivot?
They're
Is
the
this like a
same.
wait? Is this like worm.io?
They lack the
What's going
same
on?
property that you consider to be valuable. He's not
Yeah.
saying that they're morally equivalent. He's not giving his own position
But
right now. He's
even making the
performing.
comparison
Why
and
the
using
fuck are
it,
you talking over me? Hello?
are you okay? Do you
Anyways,
need like
he's performing. No, I'm irritated because literally every time
Debunking or
I'm on a panel
something?
with you, you have no self-control.
Calm down.
No, I
I
don't. I
have
don't.
no
I don't.
self-control. So
He
the
has
last
zero
time I was on a
self-control.
panel when you were losing is just insult me
Can
by
you
my
just
person.
let Kay explain the intellectual titan explain?
Well,
Wait,
I was
all I did was
talking and she wants
what?
to complain a bunch about me interrupting
All I
her
did
when
was
I was
what?
speaking and she started
Wait,
speaking in the
can you
middle of
let
my
All I
Kay
did
sentence.
was
explain?
what?
Can you let Kay explain
You're
how?
All I
heartless.
did was what? What did I supposedly do last time we were on a panel
The
together?
last time I was on a panel with you, every single time that you didn't like what I said, instead of actually just countering the argument or having a conversation with me like a
Mm-hmm.
common, collected, regular, normal human being, instead you actually just resorted to personal attacks, which is very weird and very telling of your character.
Name
So I don't know
one.
why you're sitting there screaming,
Well,
why the fuck are you talking?
Name
And
well,
one.
talking about no
well, okay.
self-control,
I
because
Name
think
clearly that's
one
something in
personal
your life that
insult.
you lack.
No,
So
name one personal insult.
I
Name
think.
one.
Well,
you sat there, you called me mid. Every time I made a claim, you would sit there and yell and ask why the
Every time
mid
you made a
person
claim.
was
All right,
speaking.
let's just stop you right there. To all the people on the panel who have watched me debate, does that even sound like me?
no.
I can post
No,
the
what the
screen
fuck?
recording after for you
Yeah.
if you'd like. I
Either
have the whole
way, I'm
The
not
thing.
gonna
fuck?
entertain. Either way,
No,
I'm
I
not gonna.
don't doubt that I called you mid. I probably did because you are,
Yeah, you
but
are kind of big.
wouldn't have done it after every single claim. That doesn't even sound like me. You
e-
probably weren't giving an argument, and that's why I called you mid. Or you
Either
called someone else, or
But
you came after someone else
does
for
that
their
show
lip.
any proof
Why
of
is she talking?
self-control when that's your response in
Wait,
either
no. If
way.
you insult someone, I
in
never,
conversation?
never unprovoked do
No
I
one
ever
provoked
attack
you, by the
someone's.
way.
She's literally talking to her. Like, can I finish the sentence?
No,
Either
no one
way.
Never unprovoked have I ever attacked
provoked you.
someone's looks. If you said something about
Provoked
someone
you.
else's looks, then
Uh,
yeah, I probably did call you chopped because you are.
Either
I
way.
can
Either
see the
way.
screen
Look, you
recording
still
after if
got
you'd like.
content.
No one said anything about anyone's personal appearance except for UK.
Either way. Either way.
I
I
don't.
don't. I'm.
Didn't
I
you
don't doubt
say
that I said so.
something about
I don't doubt that I
personal
call you chopped. I
experience?
Yeah,
vaguely
but you're
remember
sitting here
calling you
saying that you
chopped,
would
but
never do that unprovoked, which is
I
disingenuous, and you
wouldn't
know
do it
you're lying.
unprovoked.
Kind of
Either
I
way.
wouldn't
Either
No
do it
one
way.
provoked
unprovoked.
you,
Either
so
way.
why
What
did
do
you
I
do
gotta
it?
lie for? What do I gotta lie
I
All
have
for?
the
right.
screen recording,
All
so
right.
if you
What
want to
are the
sit there and
what are
stand
gonna
on
be
that,
what are the
you can stand on
consequences
that.
on
That's
this app?
fine.
What are the
You can stand on
consequences?
that.
All
That's
right. All right.
fine.
Play it.
Either way. I
Play
don't
it.
want to entertain stuff from previous lives, but like Kay
Play
can
it.
explain how this is a how. Okay. Did she run or did she drop?
Crash or did somebody drop
It
her?
just left, I think.
I
Oh.
didn't drop her.
Dang, that's a run. Holy shit.
It ran.
She's
It's
a runner.
crazy.
She's a track star.
All
It's
right.
a runner.
Finally, we
She's
can get
probably
to.
gonna do some Charlie Kirk shit where she crops the video to make it look like it was unprovoked.
Fucking on
All
God,
right.
bro.
I'll let Soviet speak. Then we'll get to Chase last. All right. So Soviet, what's your age? What's your stance?
I'm 19.
Pro life or pro choice?
Pro-choice.
All right. Anybody want to speak to them?
Why do you
I
hate
can try for
kids?
a minute. Oh,
All
sorry,
right.
Kate. Go ahead. You can do it, Kate, if you want. I have to go soon. That's kind of why. But
Same
um,
No, no, you're good. I'm literally cleaning. You're good.
okay. Um, Soviet, do you want to explain why you're pro-choice?
Well, I actually have a lot of the same views as pro-life, but the only thing I'm pro-choice about is someone was raped by someone, and I don't think they'll have the mental space they'll just not be mentally there, and I don't to take care of the child. So
Okay, so you would say would you call yourself pro-choice or kind of like in the middle?
I guess the middle.
Are you?
Okay,
How
because
old are
like
you?
if the only time you give and if the only time you think it's okay would be grape or something like that, would more be pro-life with exceptions.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be pro-choice because pro-life or pro-choice is um
Soviet?
like
You Soviet?
pro-choice is basically would be like you think it should be her choice, not no matter what, but like even pro-choice people have like cutoffs, but choice would mean it's her choice versus if it's her choice if she's raped, or it's her choice if her life is in danger, versus just it should be her choice if she's pregnant, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
And
the stance you're describing would be more like pro-life with exceptions. So to be clear, is that the only time that you think it would be morally permissible?
um
Or do you think just, hey, I don't feel like being pregnant, so I can have an abortion? Or would you think that was wrong?
oh, I think getting pregnant just to have an abortion is wrong.
Yeah, or even if you got pregnant, quote unquote, by accident, right? Which, not that much of a surprise at that point, but like, just kind of recreational smecks or whatever you want to call it. But if
Well,
you weren't raped or your life's not in danger, healthy mother, healthy baby, two consenting adults, like, would you
another
think that that
thing
should be
is
legal?
my mom had a miscarriage.
Well, we're not against those, and no
And
antidotes.
it's not that. It's
Okay, well, yeah.
it's she it
We're
Well,
not
wasn't a
against.
full.
miscarriage care, nobody, even like abolitionists, aren't against miscarriage care. And they're the most extreme pro-lifers.
Someone
It
just say Beetlejuice.
No.
it
No.
wasn't a full miscarriage.
We're
What's it
not
called? A
against
stillborn?
those. Well, stillborn is a miscarriage after like 20 weeks, so it's like late term miscarriage.
Yeah, she had to wait full term with a stillborn, and I think that's kind of wrong making someone deliver a deceased baby.
But
Wait,
that
what
would
did?
still be pro-life.
Yeah.
Like, nobody, pro-lifers, even abolitionists, even people who,
Beetlejuice again.
yeah, sure. Even people who say, like, some people say that women should self-sacrifice for the kids, meaning even if she's, like, even if her life is in danger and that sort of thing, that, she should still self-sacrifice for the life of the child. But even those people aren't against miscarriage care because the child is already unalived.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't fully agree with you on like the grape thing, but
that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it would still be more of like a pro-life stance because people who are fully pro-life still say they can give a grape exception. So it wouldn't be
I
pro-choice because choice is just she has the choice to be pregnant or not, basically.
I just wanted to ask why use someone that touched little boys to someone who had somewhat of a medical emergency.
What? What?
Wait, what's the question?
Why sorry. Why use like John Wayne Gacy? He's someone who touched and murdered little boys.
Oh, the
to
prompt.
someone
Yeah.
who
Yeah. The most confusing.
We
thing
know
is-
that.
Oh, I know what you're getting.
I'm trying to get how it relates to abortion. Is where I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, like I think it's one of the most morally bankrupt positions to be pro-choice but anti-death penalty. That's the whole point of the prompt. Like you have some. I'm not saying you, but pro-choicers have qualms executing a horrible, evil person, but they have no problem killing unborn children. That's the point of the prompt.
I think this
So,
is
yeah.
sentience holders, guys.
So how do you feel about abortion, just overall? So we can get a kind of feel for that.
Overall, it's your choice. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not the type of person to go around berating people for what they choose to do.
Yeah. So like if a man were to say, "Hey, I'm gonna go grape candy next week," would you say, "Oh, well, that's your choice," or would you try to do something to stop it?
Oh, do something to stop it. Well,
Okay. So what about abortion? You wouldn't do something to stop it?
No.
Okay. Then the question becomes like, why not? Why would you stop one thing if you think that abortion is immoral, but you wouldn't stop it, but you think grape is immoral and you would stop it? It's more just kind of why you would stop one and not the other.
Well, I'd stop the kid diddler because what he's doing is overall wrong. It doesn't matter if he's stopped or not.
Wait,
Still,
Sylvia, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay.
Like, still, he thought about it. It doesn't matter if he's done it. It doesn't matter if he's thought about it. He's still wrong.
So you might be wrong, but grape, that person's still alive. Abortion, that person's not alive.
Most of the time, when people are grapes, they are also murdered.
Well, no, that's not
No,
true.
that's not true.
That's beside the point. I think the heart of the question is, why would you take legal action or even just personal action to prevent a grape that you think is morally impermissible, but you wouldn't take personal or legal action to stop an abortion that you think is morally impermissible?
Well, if you look at clinics as a whole, they don't just do abortions. They
That's
also
fine.
do.
That's not the question.
no,
That's
yeah,
fine.
you're
It's just not the
deflecting.
question.
Yeah.
If you think do you think abortion is wrong if the child is healthy and the mother is healthy and she wasn't raped?
If the child's healthy and the mother is healthy, she should go forward with the pregnancy.
Okay. But say she chose, what if she just said, I'm healthy, the child's healthy, I consented to the SMEX that conceived this child, but I just don't want to be pregnant. Would you try to stop her, or would you say that's okay, you just don't want to be pregnant?
I'd maybe try to sway her to a different option, but still, overall, it's not my choice to make.
Okay.
Why are these
So
two
the
scenarios being
question,
compared at all?
yeah, but I'm just saying this is the question. Why would somebody getting an abortion not be your choice, but somebody raping somebody would be your choice?
Why is that the question? It just seems like such an odd line to draw. They're two completely different
You
scenarios.
let Candy like
Yeah,
ask
that's fine.
questions. I don't know
That's
why.
fine.
I
You
just
can get
want a
into that.
clarification.
No,
I'm asking
that's
Candy a question.
yeah, no, that's okay, Starry. I'm just trying to get where Soviet is coming from.
Who
That's
the
all.
fuck is that?
The person at the top. I mean, Starry, if you're pro-choice, we can get into that too. It's just a comparison based on the principle that's being given.
I don't like
Yeah,
the
I just
death penalty either.
Yeah, so you think both are wrong, right?
It depends on the situation for the abortion, but it's wrong for death penalty.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm giving you the situation that I am saying, that the mother is healthy, the baby is healthy, and she consented to SMEX. So it wasn't grape, it wasn't incest, it wasn't any of those sort of things. But do you think like grape is more wrong than abortion?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's basically what I'm asking. If somebody said, "Hey, I'm gonna go grape candy tonight," right? Or you or somebody, right? That you would say, "Hey, you would probably try to stop them in a more serious manner than you would try to stop somebody from having an abortion." What I'm asking is why?
Because why would someone do that to another person that would cause them harm in the long run? Long run. Sorry, I have a
Yeah.
speech
Abortion
impediment.
No,
ends
it's okay.
someone's life, so how can you say that they're equal or like one's like more important than the other?
Because it's two completely different scenarios that are viewed like completely
So
differently by
one is
society.
Yeah, but
murdering a
it's the
child.
same in principle. It doesn't
They're
matter. I'm not going to use.
unrelated. It's not
Yeah.
the same principle, actually.
It's
Okay. So
apples to
what principle is
oranges.
different? Really quick, I'm just going to ask. Sorry, what principle is different?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
No, I'm just asking you what you're referring to when you said the principle is different.
This is entirely related to her point because
Yeah,
listen,
no, yeah,
It is,
that's
I
that's what
know.
I'm just saying.
unless when you're
If Starry is going to claim that the principle is not the same, I'm just trying to clarify from Starry your perspective, and then I'll get back to Soviet. What principle would be different?
I see that.
Well, if you can explain to me how these two scenarios relate to each other.
No, you're supposed to defend what you just said.
Well, I originally asked the question a while ago. I've been patiently
Andy
waiting.
literally just said if she finds abortion wrong for the consensual cases,
I'm
why
I'm
would you
happy to respond. I'm just wondering how
wait,
these two things relate to each
I'm
other.
explaining how it's related. So
I
Candy
asked Candy, did I not?
yeah, I'm explaining.
I'll let him explain. It's okay.
Yeah, so Candy literally asked, would you do anything to stop? And she said no. And then she asked, do you think rape is wrong? He said yes. Would you do anything to stop that? And she said yes. So if you think both of these actions are wrong, why would you not stop one of them but stop the other? That's what she's asking.
Yeah, but what I don't understand why ask that question? Like what do those two things have to do with each
I'll
other?
explain. I'll explain really quick.
No, you didn't. You just restated her
Yeah,
question.
no. That's fine.
Candy,
I'm just trying to give you the explanation.
Thank you.
So if Soviet thinks, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Soviet, but if you think that both abortion in the case of a healthy mother, healthy baby, and consensual sex is wrong, and you also think that grape is wrong, then why would you stop one and not the other? That's the relation. They're both wrong.
They are both wrong, but because I think that why would someone think that way and want to cause harm in the long run?
Yeah, and why they do that is a whole different story. I'm just asking. That's kind of like answering a question with another question. It doesn't, asking a separate question doesn't really answer the question that was posed to you. So what I'm saying is, if they're both wrong, why would you stop one and not the other?
Could I hop in?
Okay, wait, really quick. I'm gonna finish up with Soviet really quick because Soviet's trying to defend her position, so I'm trying to get her defense before getting on to too many other people. But everybody else is obviously welcome to answer after Soviet.
Because one's a crime and the other isn't my choice.
Okay, that's okay. If somebody else,
The choice, she consented to have sex.
Wait, under your view, these are both immoral actions. Like, I don't see why the law. I don't see why one being a crime would matter.
Yeah, because if grape was made legal tomorrow, I don't. Would you still try to say that grape? I'm not saying this is going to happen, but hypothetically, say that tomorrow Congress under Trump said, "Oh, you can grape as many women as you want. That's illegal." Would that make it right?
I mean, there's kind of already around the world. Anyway.
Exactly. So what the law says doesn't matter. It's about what you think is okay or not okay. So under your view, you're positing that it's okay to try to stop a rapist, but not okay to try to stop a woman from getting an abortion, right? Under the circumstances that everything's healthy and all that.
I'm gonna go based on what you said.
Okay.
If a 12-year-old girl, right, has a menstrual cycle, that means her eggs can be fertilized or her eggs are coming out
Trump,
because they're
answer
not.
the question.
Yeah.
So what?
Like,
I
how
mean,
does this answer
going
the
at,
question?
going
Yeah,
off
it
based
has
on
nothing to do with it, but just finish your point. It just has
I'm
nothing to
going
do
on
with it, but
based
it's
on
okay.
this scenario.
Yeah, that's fine.
If the government made grape legal, and someone went to go grape a 12-year-old who had a menstrual cycle and she got pregnant, what would you do?
This doesn't
That's a
address her
whole different
question.
question.
She literally said
That's
consensual. You even admitted that consensual cases is immoral. How does this address the question that she asked you?
Because she said if grape was made legal tomorrow and anyone could go grape anyone they wanted.
Still does
I
not
was just
address the
asking if that would
question.
make it right.
Yes, this doesn't address the question. I don't
Would
know
that make
why.
it right?
Listen to comparison.
If
Yeah,
the law said you can grape an 8-year-old and that's okay, would that mean that if somebody graped an 8-year-old or said they were going to, that you wouldn't stop it?
I would.
Okay, so that's my point. Is you're saying, well, the difference is one is legal and one is illegal. But if it were illegal to get an abortion and legal to grape an 8-year-old, I don't think it would say, hey, well, like you seem like a person with somewhat like self-directed morals, right? That you wouldn't just say, well, the law says it's okay to grape 7-year-olds, so that now means I'm not going to stop somebody. So there has to be a difference beside what's legal and illegal. There has to be some sort of moral compass you're using. If Trump decided, oh, it's okay to grape 7-year-olds, you probably wouldn't see somebody graping a 7-year-old and go, oh, hey, that's fine. So there has to be a difference beside legality that makes this okay to you.
Are you guys religious by any chance?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with it.
I mean,
yeah.
they do
Do you have a problem with answering questions? Does this address the question that she
Yeah, I was gonna
asked?
say this
Are
is really.
you 19 actually? I don't.
Yes, I'm
That's
19.
kind of
The
my
reason I asked
concern.
that is because if you guys are religious, Christianity does not allow abortions.
Can you just answer
Okay,
the
and you're
question?
assuming that we're
But it's a
Christian.
moral question, not a
Just,
religious one.
just answer the question that she asked.
I could follow Islam, I could follow Judaism, I could follow Hinduism. It really doesn't matter to your stance. So what I'm asking is, what is the difference between graping somebody? Not even what is the difference, but if somebody graped somebody and you would stop that, but you wouldn't stop an abortion, but they're both immoral, then why would you stop one and not the other? Whether I'm Muslim, Christian, Hindu, atheist, agnostic, or anything, really has nothing to do with your position.
It doesn't matter what you are. Why would you grape someone to begin with?
Can you just
And why
answer the
Why would
question?
anybody do
some more
anything?
energy?
This does not
Right.
answer the question. Answering with a question does not answer the question. Like, this is the last time we're gonna move on.
Yeah, asking me a question does
Not
not
me. I
answer the
don't
question.
care. My view
So
still stand. Why would you grape someone to begin
Can you
with to
answer
cause
the
more
question?
I
harm?
wouldn't, dude, but people
It's
do.
a hypothetical.
I
Sylvia.
wouldn't
It doesn't
grape
matter to
anybody.
if it's hypothetical or not.
Just answer
Okay,
the
listen.
You
question.
guys are
Here's
just
the
going in
answer.
circles.
Here's the answer. I wouldn't grape anybody, but people obviously do. We know that from living on Earth that people do. So whether I would or not has nothing to do with your answer to the question.
Just answer the question. Why would you not
Yeah.
stop consensual abortions? Abortions that result from consensual sex. Why
Yeah,
would you not stop
this is the tu quo fallacy in the first place. It
Didn't
really
I
doesn't
clarify
matter.
earlier
So
that
Sylvie, you just think it's their choice,
No,
right?
you didn't.
That's the idea.
No, wait. Let me cut in. No, you
Okay.
did not answer the question. She asked you, why would you not stop abortions in the consensual cases? Why would you not? When you stated that these are wrong, so why wouldn't you stop them?
if two adults are consenting, why would they want to terminate
This doesn't answer the
child?
question.
Dude,
This
it
is not-
happens all the time. And again, asking me a question does not answer the question that was posed to you.
Also, that question makes me doubt if you're really 19.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what do you mean?
This
Have you
does
ever heard of a
not-
one night stand? Like, two people consensually, and then they accidentally have a baby, and then they have to
How do you
have that
accidentally have a
discussion. Like,
baby
what do
with
you
a one
mean?
night stand?
This is the last
One
time
night
I'm gonna
What
ask
are
you.
you? I don't think this person's 19. I don't think this
No,
person's
Yeah.
19.
Like
I don't
Yo,
know,
kick,
dude.
kick.
kick.
Like, I don't think they're
We're gonna
19.
move on because you're not
19,
answering
but
the
okay.
question.
I don't think
You're
so.
not.
I don't think
We're not gonna
so.
move on. I asked you. She asked you a question like 18,000 times. We're gonna move on.
Yeah,
Um.
I get tricked. So like the 50 millionth time I'd ask the same
All right.
question.
The next person
and-
is Starry. What's your age? What's your stance?
To answer the prompt,
Hey, what's your
I
age?
would just say, oh, my age. I'm of age. I guarantee it. I'm old. But to answer the prompt, the answer is clearly that the child is not born, whereas the man has been born. So my stance
Okay,
is that
so
abortion isn't murder. Basically, is my
so
stance.
based on whether you're born or not.
What's so special about this?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so why does
Unless
being
I'm
born matter?
misunderstanding the question,
No, that's fine. Why does being born matter?
because one is alive and one is not.
So wait, do you think that a fetus isn't alive?
Correct. They're not a sentient being.
Okay, no, I'm not asking about sentience. I'm asking about living or not. Like a plant
Oh, I
is
mean they're
living.
right, and they're alive, and you can kill a plant, and that's not murder. But I don't. A fetus isn't a sentient being, so it's not murder.
Well, it's sentient at some point.
So it's murder
That's
based
highly
off of.
debatable, and it's semantic, and it's just an arbitrary point that they pick.
Wait. Do you know what sentience is? Can you define it?
Consciousness.
What is that? I mean, those are most of the time.
Exactly.
Wait. Well,
What is
that?
consciousness? That is the question.
Wait,
that is
well,
the
wait,
that's the whole.
Wait, why are you valuing? Wait, why are you valuing this thing? You don't know what it is. I asked you to define what sentience is.
Consciousness.
What is
Consciousness, but so if you're saying the whole question is what is consciousness, basically positing that you don't know the answer, then I don't know why you would value something that you don't know the answer to, the definition.
No, I don't value I don't consider a life valuable unless it has consciousness.
So what is consciousness? Like Protect said.
Being self-aware.
You think it's? Oh, you think a newborn is self-aware?
Well, that's debatable, right?
No, it's not. You know how we figured this out? Whether being is self-aware. Do you know how?
I know you're gonna tell me, so just go ahead, bro.
It's the mirror test. Newborns cannot pass the mirror test. Some animals can, but not newborns. So they would not be self-aware. So they would not be self-aware by this measure. So consciousness would not be self-awareness.
Okay, so at what point do you find the fetus considered like a viable human? I guess.
I don't know what that.
I don't know how to word that. I don't know how to word it, but like, at what point does a fetus become more than just a cell and like
valuable?
becoming a human?
Wait,
Yeah. At
wait,
what point
it's-
do you find them valuable?
Wait, it's never a cell once it's conceived.
Conception.
Yeah, it's never been a cell once it's conceived. But
Conception is when they become a living human being. Do you want to? I feel like that's a really easy place to
But
start.
that's a debatable. But even
What?
that is
It's really
contested.
It's really not. Sorry, we're trying to help you. Like if anything, I'm trying to help you with your pro-choice position.
yeah, just like it's not even.
Well, but why do okay? But then why do they choose like what is it? The 12? Wait, I'm sorry. Did you have a question? Did you want to speak?
No, go Starry.
That's fine, guys.
So, wait. Sorry's asking a question. Let's just hear the question really quick.
So when people get an abortion, right, there's up to a certain point where, like, in the eyes of the law, you can get an abortion in some states, correct? What is it, like 12 weeks?
It's at any point. Depends on the states. There's no universal. It's at any
No, you can't get an abortion when you're 12 months pregnant and you're
Yeah.
about, or
Yes, well,
9 months pregnant and you're about to give
you
birth.
can in certain
Yes, you
states:
can.
Washington
Yes,
D.C.,
Some states you
Vermont, New
can.
Mexico, New Jersey.
Yes,
That
there's nine.
cannot.
Yes.
I
Look
do
it
not
up.
think that's
No,
true.
No, wait. There's 9 states plus Washington D.C. where there's no gestational limits. It's New Mexico, New Jersey, Minnesota, Colorado. Those are just some, and the District of Columbia as well. No,
Oregon,
Is that in
Vermont.
specific cases of
there's
medical
gest-
emergency?
No, there is
No.
no gestational limits for any reason. All 9 months, there's no gestational limits.
every single state allows up to 9 months in the case of medical emergency, but we're talking
Guys
about
think it's a
not medical
karma?
emergency.
Don't you guys think it's a
So you're
karma?
talking about
Quiet,
non-emergency ones
quiet.
Yeah,
specifically?
like
Wait,
you
everybody's
know,
talking at
I
the same
hate.
time. Wait.
Sorry.
In those 9 states, there is no gestational limits for any reason.
I mean, there's certain states where you need like parental permission if you're under 18, but most of them,
Most of them are
yeah,
not.
no.
Do you
Minnesota,
know
there's
that America abort a city every year? A city of babies, like
we
a
know.
million and a half every year.
Yeah, we know. Every
Yeah.
It's a
single.
fucking city, bro. You know, it's a city. It's a
That's
whole city.
that's even beside the point. But yeah.
Yeah, but that's crazy because I think it's karma that American get too many illegal immigrants. Because for
Well,
every aborted baby that you abort, you get an illegal immigrant. It's
well,
all
that's a story for another day. But like, still, I mean, obviously,
believe me, it's a
but
karma. Because God, that's how God works. You know,
That's a
and I
whole
think
different subject though.
yeah, but either way, besides the point, yes, there's in those 9 states, Washington D.C., there's no gestational limits. So it's
Because like
Well, that blows my mind. I truly did not think that was the case.
you've heard of like partial birth abortion?
No. What is that?
Go ahead, protect.
yeah, it's where they basically kill the child on the birthing process. They breach position first, the legs first. They snip the spinal cord and they suck the brains out. That was legal up until 2007.
yo,
Yeah.
What was the
And the whole
purpose of
9
that?
months.
Is that just an abortion in
Yeah,
in
because
a
the
different
woman.
form?
Yeah, they just wanted it. That's the reason why.
In like the 9th month,
Yeah.
which is crazy. But it would basically
That
be
is crazy.
exactly.
and
And
This
also
is
the
news to me.
study.
in medical situations, it's still horrific, but possibly necessary. I mean, that's a whole different
No, there's
conversation
Also, there's
too.
a study.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. But even if it needed to save the woman's life, I mean, that's still, whatever. But
Would you pick the
Women
baby
that
or the
had
woman?
abortion,
the baby. But it's
they
more of
became
like
solid.
say I'm in my 9th month of pregnancy. My husband is my only source of income. I'm planning on staying at home for the children, and then he gets in a car accident and unalives or
Doesn't
something.
matter. Give it to adoption.
Yeah, I know. I
agree.
understand that, dude. I'm an
Yeah.
abolitionist. I'm just saying that this is the situation in which that would happen. That it wasn't like the woman's gonna unalive if this doesn't happen, which usually
Mm.
is when later term abortion is kind of, usually I don't know. That's a whole different topic. But basically, what we're talking about is, my husband's my only source of income. He unalives tragically. Now I have nothing, and I'm 8 or 9 months pregnant. Then unaliving them, not because of medical reasons, but because of financial reasons.
Well, there's no reason to abort a
I
baby. You can give it.
agree.
I know. I'm not talking to
We're on
you,
the same
Candy.
page, man.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you.
So,
I'm talking in general.
so
I was saying, for
sorry.
example, I
Where's
follow
your?
a lady on a TikTok. Okay, it's a guy actually. He's like 78 years old. He took a baby of his daughter because she wanted to abort the baby. She's a very beautiful daughter, and he told her, no, don't abort it. Give it to me. And now he's making video with her grandpa and his like the daughter of his daughter, like nephew, whatever. It's so beautiful.
That's beautiful.
She's so beautiful, and the guy is a farmer. You can Google on TikTok, check on TikTok, search Magdalene baby, and you will see her. He put her with cows, with chickens. She's so sweet, like because he's a farmer, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, you can. I'm pretty sure if you somebody that can just ask his family, someone on your family would take it. Call your dad, call your someone. You know.
Yeah. I was gonna ask. Sorry, do you have like a specific like cutoff or anything?
Do I have a what?
Like a cutoff or anything?
Oh, it's just such a, because it's like, what's the criteria? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna go by like when we feel like are we gonna go by our moral belief of, at conception, or is the moral belief like when the fetus is viable to live outside of the womb? And
Yeah.
before that, you don't think it's valuable.
But you don't believe that life starts at conception, correct?
Well, that's what I was gonna
It's
ask
just
you.
hard. It's hard for me to conceptualize it as it being a life at that point.
Yeah,
Why?
I mean, obviously, but the reason for that would be obvious. It would be the fact that you don't see humans until they're born. That would just be a matter of the brain. Obviously, when a child or human or whatever is inside of the womb, because that's the other thing people say, oh, they don't even look like a human. It's like, no, they look exactly the same as every other human looks at 5 weeks gestation. At 5 weeks gestation, that's what you looked like. That's what a human is supposed to look like. Like, it's basically the same as saying like a baby doesn't look like a human. It's like, well, obviously they don't look like an adult. They're not at that point in development yet. But
And that makes sense. It's just
yeah.
like, do I value that? Do I value the potential of it becoming, this full-fledged human at some point? Or is, like, the question is, like, is there a cutoff of, like, where it
Why don't
becomes
you not
valuable to me? What was
Yeah.
that?
So what do you value in terms of like say if you don't value an embryo but you do value a human or a human with
I
I'm
guess
thinking
personally, like, once it starts developing a brain and, like, truly, genuinely, like, having potential at that point. But I feel like before that, I mean, there is a window where it's like, at this stage, it's really is
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
valuable to me
Do
personally.
you have any
I mean,
proof of that?
well, okay, but
Well,
even
it's
wait,
my
really quick.
personal morals, right? Because this is a question of morals, not
Yeah.
whatever you're.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
really quick. That's why I was just gonna give the like comatose baby example that
Okay.
like
Yeah, let's do a hypothetical.
yeah, and it is a real thing that basically a woman gets pregnant. The baby's obviously not sentient or conscious up until a certain point, but if they have some sort of medical condition in which they're in a comatose state, they're basically in a coma, meaning they're still not sentient or conscious.
And they've already been born, you're saying?
Yeah, so they
Okay.
they've never had any sentience, they've never had any consciousness, but they're born in a coma and probably in like a couple days or a couple weeks or whatever it is that they'll become conscious within that time. It's basically
And they need
guaranteed.
machines to keep them alive, like
Yeah,
breathing
and like
tubes.
yeah, and of course nothing's guaranteed like ever in life,
Absolutely.
but it's like basically a 99.9% chance that in for the sake of the hypothetical we can say like a week or two that they're
Okay.
going to become conscious. Do you think it would be
Okay.
okay to basically like unalive them before they
If they were
become
like,
conscious?
hey, there's like a, what did you say, 50-50 chance?
Well, I said like 99.9 because technically nothing can be 100%, but
But they're telling me they're
99.9%.
like, oh, your child's in a coma and they most likely will wake up next week. Do you want to pull the plug? Yes or no? Is that the hypothetical?
Yeah, I mean essentially, yeah.
Well, obviously I wouldn't, you know what I mean? If there's a 99% chance, then I'd be like, okay,
Yeah,
then they're going to be alive next week. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to be out of this coma next week. Like,
for sure. But
I
like
can
if you
wait.
didn't say you didn't want a child or something like that,
If I
or
didn't
you,
want a child, I would have not had a child.
Well, either way,
yeah,
I
I
would
mean
not have birthed a child.
Well, either way,
without
it's
getting
still here.
without getting too technical, you do already have a child if you're pregnant.
Well, either way, it's still here. So, like, do you want to kill it? Because now it's not. It hasn't been conscious. It's never been conscious. So why would it be wrong to kill it here?
It wouldn't be wrong. I would have if they gave me worse chances, like if they were like, yeah, there's only like a 5% chance that this child's ever gonna come out of this coma. Do you want to pull the plug? Like I would be like, yeah, let's put it out of its misery.
Well, then what would be the difference to like the Make-A-Wish sort of scenario? Like this child with cancer only has a 5% chance of surviving after 6 months. Like you wouldn't die. Like you seem like a moral
You would have to
person.
like murder them. Like you would have
That's
to
what I'm saying.
like
You seem like a
strangle them,
yeah.
poison them. That just seems.
But even if it was done humanely, right? That I would still say, why not hold
Oh,
out
like if
that
they were
5%?
like, hey, I'm in a lot of pain and I just want to go.
No, they never
I'd be like,
stipulated that.
okay.
No, they
Well,
never
yeah. And the
stipulated
other
that.
difference would
But
I
in
still
this
think it would be
hypothetical, I would be
yeah.
fine with that.
I
Yeah.
still think that would
wait.
be wrong.
They
I'll,
never stipulated that.
wait. I want to let protect. All I was gonna say is the difference. I still think it would be wrong, even if like a 6-year-old with cancer said, "I don't want to do this anymore." That
Sure.
even unaliving them humanely would be wrong. But I would say another symmetry breaker between, like a symmetry breaker between this and an embryo would be that embryo can tell you.
Yeah, that's
what they
why
want.
that's why
But
it
whatever. Here,
makes
I'll let
that
protect
question
go.
a little bit different. But yeah, no, I'd have no problem with like doing like if someone like out of mercy, right? Like if they're in a lot of pain or there's a probability that they wouldn't have good quality of life, I have no problem being like, yeah, okay, it's your time to go.
Yeah, and personally, sorry, I was just gonna say personally, I still think that would be wrong, but
Sure, yeah, and that's totally fine.
pro-choice wouldn't even lead to that conclusion because
Yeah,
pro-choice doesn't
it's a different
necessitate.
question. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
pro-choice doesn't necessitate that the child is in pain. It just necessitates that you don't want to be pregnant. But it's a whole different. But yeah. Anyway.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. What'd you say, Humble?
Well, I think I want to add a point. I think.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Wait, I think actually Humble was trying to say
No,
something
it's okay,
anyway.
it's fine.
It might go ahead. But, oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Anyway,
Protect wanted to say something though.
I don't remember. I was just saying, well, they never stipulated that they wanted to end their lives. Like in the case, in both cases, you'd be doing that on behalf of them. Like the child never said that they wanted their lives to be ended.
I know, it was just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
I know that's never like something that happens, but
Even
just
if it
like
was, but in the specific hypothetical, like if they didn't say they wanted that to happen to them, would you still unalive them?
for which scenario? Like if the like cancer and they were like 6 years old and they were like nonverbal, or
Like,
what's the
yeah, I was gonna
hypothetical?
say they can't talk, right? So you can't get a yes or no. Hypothetically, I guess.
Well, morally, I wouldn't feel right about doing that just because, they're a sentient being. They can't advocate for themselves, and I don't feel like I could make that decision for them at that point. If they're, they're walking, they're in the world, they're existing. It's a little different than an unborn child. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the question, I guess, was what the difference would be.
Well, one is just like out in the world, and like my cutoff of terms of like an unborn child is like before they develop a brain. To me, it's just like a clump of cells, and I don't value that. Whereas if they're walking around in the world, even if they're nonverbal, like that, they're still valued to me as a human.
Wait, they develop a brain very early on. Not a fully developed, but still developed.
Like a full functioning brain, that's when I consider them
Wait.
valuable.
I mean, a full functioning brain doesn't happen until you're like 25, so you're gonna have to define.
You're correct. I mean,
So,
like
just to
enough
make
to
sure.
like breathe and like live outside of the womb, I suppose.
Why does
Does it learn
viability
bodily
matter?
autonomy?
What she's saying viability now? Like, why does that matter now?
I didn't say viability. I said valuable to me, because this question is about like our personal morals, right? So like that's where I personally would find it morally wrong.
Well, you're saying you survive outside the moon. That refers to viability. So why should we value viability?
I don't care if you do. This is a question of my personal morals. That's where I personally draw the line.
The whole point is to convince us to adopt yours. So like, why should we? Why
Is it? I thought we were just having a discussion.
Yes, that's the whole point. If you have this position,
I'm supposed to convince you of what your personal morals should be?
No, why should we adopt yours?
No, I don't think you should. I don't give a damn. What?
Why
I
don't
don't
you
care.
have a heart?
Like if I said raping 2-year-olds is okay or something, like you might try to convince me
I would
away from
disagree
that.
with you, but if that's what you feel in your heart, what am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah,
I don't
why
think you
would-
can convince someone out of mental illness, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I
Well,
don't know, I
yeah,
want
but
reasoning.
still, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want
Go ahead.
reasoning. If you have this view, obviously I think that's a delusional view, but I want like sound reasoning why I should even entertain that position.
Well, it's arbitrary. In my mind, it's arbitrary where we draw the line of like when we believe a unborn fetus becomes valuable. So that's just my arbitrary line of when I personally believe it's valuable.
So
But it doesn't really matter.
I mean, if it's arbitrary, it gives us more reasons not to adopt it. Like, why should we value something that's arbitrary?
Well, because we do have to draw a line somewhere, right? In terms for to exist in society and have laws and for you know.
No, you don't.
Do you think that valuing future experience would kind of contribute to the betterment of society? Otherwise, I could say, hey, I don't care about Starry's future experience and just unalive you. Like, so in terms of even functioning society,
Well, if I
it
was
has to be
like,
valued.
yeah, if I was like your unborn child, I wouldn't know any different.
Well,
You would
I
just
know,
abort me.
and
You know what I mean?
I do. I totally get that. But I'm saying if somebody put something in my drink at the bar, took me home, did whatever they want to me, and then put me back at home, I wouldn't know the difference. But I don't think not knowing the difference is what makes something moral or not. Like, I think it would still be immoral even if I never knew the difference. So I think that's kind of what we're getting to.
Oh, okay. So what specifically what was the specific moral question then?
I don't know if there was a specific moral question as much as just for you saying, well, you wouldn't know the difference. I think there's plenty of things that people might not know the difference. Somebody might not know the difference if I steal money from them. Somebody might not know the difference if I put something in their drink and they pass out and then I take them back to the bar or back home or whatever. Like, I don't think it's not really a question as much as I guess like a statement that, or a response that I don't think somebody's awareness
So
of what's
so
happened
your
to
guys
them.
are like hardlining, like, is abortion moral? Yes or no? Like that's the answer you guys like want, and then like the reasoning, like you don't think there's any like nuance or gray area to that whatsoever?
Well, you can give the nuance. That's just what we're asking.
Well, the nuance is like, okay, well, when like I was saying, like it really just depends on what you would consider the fetus valuable. And
Yeah. At conception.
okay, so if we were gonna say at conception whether it be moral or not to abort a child,
It's literally impossible to do that at conception because you can't find out you're pregnant that early. That's besides the point.
Yeah.
well, no, but that adds to it, right? So like if because you don't find out you're pregnant until what, like 2 weeks is earliest it can be detected?
The earliest
3 weeks?
The earliest I think is 4 after conception.
4 weeks? Okay, so like at that point in your guys' mind, like that's like, I mean, well, you guys think at conception, right? So like it would definitely be immoral in your guys' opinion.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's say it is immoral, right? Does that make it like necessarily wrong in all cases? Like, do you not think that there's like any exceptions?
Life of the mother.
Yeah.
So you would be okay with the immoral act of abortion if it was able to save the life of the mother?
I don't think there's any really cases for that that you could provide, but in a hypothetical, then yeah, I mean, obviously, I think quote unquote immoral actions can be justified under certain circumstances, but even still, it's never necessary to unalive a child before removing them.
Okay. Well, I still don't really understand the correlation between abortion and killing a serial killer, but
Wait, what?
well, because that was the original prompt, right? Was like, oh, you wouldn't kill what was the clown killer guy's name?
Oh yeah, it was
Gacy.
basically saying that certain, not all pro-choicers, but a lot of pro-choicers will be against the unaliving penalty, but
Yeah.
not against abortion. So basically the point was just it's okay to unalive a child who hasn't done anything, or human, whatever word you want to use. But it's not okay to unalive somebody who is sentient, knows what they're doing. But you know, there's also pro-choicers who would agree with unaliving him. But a lot of pro-choicers will say they're against the death.
I don't have empirical data, but I would say most people don't really support the death penalty. Most pro-choicers would be against the death penalty.
I think the death penalty is fine. I think it's moral.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Not all pro-choicers, but a lot of pro-choicers will say it's okay to unalive a child in the womb, but it's not okay to unalive somebody who did horrific acts, which would kind of be part of the
I see.
inconsistency. But if you're not
Okay.
even part of that, then it wouldn't really apply. But that was like the main prompt.
For sure. Okay, yeah. I was just like, I don't understand that connection, but okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was more the what's the illogicalness, whatever the word, I can't think of words
Like
right
the
now.
logical fallacy between like, okay, you're okay with abortion, but you're against the death penalty.
Yeah,
It's just a morally
basically.
bankrupt.
Or sorry, the unaliving penalty.
Just a morally bankrupt position. Just, I would say.
Well, just also it doesn't seem logically consistent either.
Yeah, unalive the child for existing, but don't unalive the adult who knows what they're doing, who committed horrific acts.
Okay, well, I think that we see eye to eye, but just on opposite sides. But I would agree with that.
Yeah, so even
Either
forgetting,
you find it moral or not, you know?
yeah, even forgetting the unalivement penalty, like, because that was just kind of the prompt for certain pro-choicers that think that way, but like, so you would think it was okay to unalive like criminals and stuff and fetuses?
Absolutely.
The question would
Absolutely.
just be like, what would the justification be for fetuses if they haven't, you know, kind of aggressed upon anybody?
It's gonna be the last conference.
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle to. I still struggle to
No, that's
find
okay.
the link
That's
there,
okay.
but
If anything, that just makes you our favorite pro-choicer because people just come up with like a bunch of BS answers to it. So like, I'm just glad you're being
I
honest.
think it
and
comes
actually
down
thinking
to
about it.
like how society treats those two situations. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like in society, you know, like we're way more comfortable with sentencing someone to an unalive penalty for what they've done, and a little bit more uncomfortable with unaliving like unknown potential, like unrealized potential of a fetus, you know?
Yeah. And part of the thing is like everybody was a zygote embryo fetus at some point.
Exactly.
So like obviously you were an embryo at one point. You could still argue that it would have been your mother's choice to abort you. But
Yeah.
it's basically just, you know, you didn't do anything wrong by being in her uterus. Like, if anything, if you want to say some sort of wrong was done, like even if you wanted to make the argument that some sort of wrong was done, it still wouldn't be done by the embryo. Like, you know what I mean?
I
It
see
would
what you're
be-
saying. Like it shouldn't be at the cost of like or the embryo shouldn't be paying for whatever is supposedly wrong in that
Yeah, like
scenario.
I
Yeah.
had consensual smex, and now it's the embryo's sentence for that. It's like, well, I mean, you know, unaliving.
Right. So with that logic, following that logic, like even if the scenario was that the woman was raped, you should still follow through.
Yeah, and nobody's making an argument that that's like fun for the woman or anything. Like obviously, I wouldn't think it was fun for a woman to like, you know what a cryptic pregnancy is?
Like the endo whatever, where it's like outside of your uterus or like in
No,
your fallopian tube.
that's ectopic.
Oh, ectopic, right.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
so what's cryptic then?
Cryptic is basically just cryptic is basically you just don't know that you're pregnant. And obviously when somebody is like a larger woman, that's another like for me, I would notice right away. I'm like anorexic, so that's a whole different topic. But like for certain women, you know, when you weigh 700 pounds, the tiny baby is not going to really, like, you're not going to poke out or anything from that. But there's certain, basically cryptic pregnancy is just you don't know that you're pregnant. And
oh, I do know what you're talking about. I do,
yeah. Like the whole TLC show.
Right.
But yeah, no, like I for something like that, say you had a cryptic pregnancy and then you found out at like 8 months or 8.5 months or something, I would say, oh, you know, I don't think that's fun for the or enjoyable for a woman to go through birth, the rest of pregnancy and birth.
But now they have a baby, whether
Yeah,
they like it or
exactly.
not. Yeah, true.
So like there's a difference between something being a fun time for the woman and I don't know, that's basically all I'm saying is you find out you're pregnant at 8 months. I wouldn't say, you know, hey, you're fine, it's gonna be easy breezy. You know, obviously birth and pregnancy is hard. But I wouldn't say like just because it's gonna be difficult for you means that it justifies unaliving the child.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
And like a child from grape and a child from not grape, like I think both pregnancies are, at least I could say physically equally as hard. I think mentally there would be more obviously like mental struggle from something you didn't even choose. But even still, that's such a small percentage. But I would still say, even under those circumstances,
Yeah.
Even if you didn't, it doesn't lower. Like, say I got graped and then gave birth, and then I had a 2-year-old, and I was like, oh well, she was conceived from grape. Pew pew. Like, you know, it wouldn't really justify the action just because of how the child was conceived.
Yeah.
Like 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 2-month gestation old, whatever. Saying, well, they were conceived in this way. They were conceived through a non-consensual act. That doesn't change after they're born. It doesn't change after their first birthday. It doesn't change after their 27th or 87th birthday. They were still conceived from a non-consensual act. So I don't think that's enough on its own to justify unaliving that being.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question that like deviates a little bit, but still related?
Yeah, what's up?
So like let's say like we lived in a hypothetical world where it was physically impossible to get an abortion, right? And like what do you think like the effect on like society as a whole like that would have? Like if these people who don't want to have children, but obviously like they still do, like what do you think like that world would look like? And like the effects of that.
Yeah. The main thing I can think of would be like a higher population. Like I mean psychologically there might be more entailments, but I feel like overall, that world would just have like a higher population.
You don't think there would be like any negative effects on society?
Not from lack of abortion, no. I don't think that a woman getting an abortion after being raped is going to erase the trauma from what already happened. A lot of the time, it can actually end up just adding more trauma. From, like if you're raped and you get an abortion, you still have the trauma from being raped. If you're raped and you give birth, you're still going to have the trauma from being raped, but then you're going to have a child to, look at. So, even horrible scenarios like that, like I still think it would be a higher positive, because there can also be guilt of, basically not only is my child, like even you could think of miscarriage or something, that people think of their miscarriages and go, that was so horrible. And
Oh yeah. Well, so what's your take on like even miscarriages in the eyes of the law in some states being considered
They're not banning.
unaliving?
They're not
Sorry?
banning.
it's not considered unaliving in any state, and even if it was, I would just think that was stupid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's removing a miscarried child is definitely different from intentionally ending their life. Like, it's just kind of a whole different. It's like I know you're not like this because you're actually reasonable, but some people will be like, well, what's the difference between miscarriage and abortion? It's like, I usually
There's a huge
say,
difference, but yeah.
exactly. It's like
what's
the difference between a child unaliving naturally and me just murdering them? Like, that's basically the question they're asking. It's like, come on, bro.
Like, it's like cremating a body and then cremating and then burning, setting somebody on fire. They're like morally not even remotely the same.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they say, well, medically it's the same, which isn't even the case in the first place. But it's like, yeah, sure. Even still, it's one is intentional and one is natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think there's any problem with removing an already unalived fetus versus intentionally moving them from the state of living to not. Like, there's obviously a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the difference between taking an unalived 6-year-old who unalived from natural causes out of their house and going in and unaliving them and then taking them out? It's like, there's a big difference, bro. Like, what's the question? But
yeah,
no.
definitely.
Yeah. So I think that I don't like that, kind of like I was saying earlier, even abolitionists who I would kind of be an abolitionist in a sense, but whatever. I'm not even getting into that. But
Sorry, what I'm not brushed up on my vocabulary. What does that mean
basically
exactly?
somebody who gives no exceptions, but there's different levels of it. Like, even
Mhm.
abolitionists tend to give life of the mother exception, even though it's not necessarily ever like necessary to unalive the child first. But that's a whole different thing. Long story short,
It's much
even
more
though
complex. It's much
yeah, so I was
more.
gonna say, long story short, even the most extreme pro-lifers would never say that miscarriage care is the same as an abortion.
Yeah, that's just moronic.
They're just
Right.
coded that way for. They're just coded that way for insurance purposes, but they're not even remotely the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like that makes sense. Well, I feel like this has come to like a natural conclusion. I don't want to bog you guys down, but I appreciate the conversation and the insight. Definitely learned a few things.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm gonna head out. But I really appreciate it, you guys, and you guys have a good night.
You too.
All right, see you later.
Bye. And also, I don't even know if she's still here, but also there's a lot of resources for pregnant women and new mothers. So
Yeah,
that's another part of it.
that's crazy. My live wasn't getting any traction up until and I've seen Dina before. I had no idea she was this disingenuous.
What are you talking about?
That dino person.
Oh yeah.
I seen them before, multiple times. I had no idea they were this disingenuous. Wait, I think abortion is an immoral action. You're not gonna. I can address her point because she clearly wasn't listening. So if abortion is illegal in the way that it's a crime, right? And the all the clinics are closed, there's no pill manufacturers, right? It would be almost impossible to access this. But Roe v. Wade, like I said, is still legal. Number one, it's not even American, as she stated. You don't know the rules, right? She literally asked me a question. Oh, do you know the heartbeat bill in Georgia? I don't think you did, right? I was literally explaining it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's cut off at 6 weeks, but there are exceptions. I mean, I'm not sure if it's Georgia specifically because I don't live in Georgia, right? I don't know every single law in all 50 states, but
Yeah.
Either way, in all 50 states is legal because of the pill. Like, I make no distinction between something being legal and decriminalized, right? Because it's more accurately, abortion is decriminalized in all 50 states. Because if you can't get any criminal prosecution, it's not illegal, basically.
Yeah.
So the pill is still accessible in all 50 states. And obviously, if it's restricted in your state, you can just go by to a bordering state, right? I'm not saying this is the case, right? But if abortion is banned in New Jersey, you can just drive to New York, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, New Jersey is the state that has 9-month abortions, right? So,
She kept, the part that drove me insane, she kept conflating the overturning of Roe versus Wade. She was conflating that with abortion being illegal. I'm like, in no way, shape, or form are those the same thing.
Yes.
And she couldn't get that. It actually made abortion more legal in certain states. All it
Yes.
did was leave it up to the states. It didn't illegalize abortion.
Yes, it's funny how a non-American thinks they know more about our country. That's always annoying. It's like, if anything, our country is literally one of the most extreme abortion countries. Like, not that many countries allow you to get 9-month abortions at any point in pregnancy. Like, we're one of the few countries that is like that. Canada's like that as well. Russia is like that. China's like that. I think Vietnam as well. North Korea. So, like, there's not that many countries that just allow that.
Right. So, like, the average in most states is like 24 weeks. And that's not, it's just crazy.
That's still above, like, most European countries. Like, most
That's what I'm saying. They wanna copy the healthcare system, except for when it comes to abortion.
Yes.
And magically, that's a different type of healthcare.
Yes. I mean,
Like,
even though if you want, if anything, the states will be more involved in your healthcare. If it's governments, if the healthcare is by the government instead of private organizations, it's going to be even more involved with your healthcare, if anything. But that's a story for another day. That's definitely a conversation. That's a prompt I could have. Should healthcare be free, i.e., other people pay for it? But story for another day.
Meanwhile, it's not even disregarding abortion. It's not. It's just a totally, like, Sweden versus United States is like a totally. Oh my god, yeah. People can't get it. Oh yeah, you know, when they have, whatever. It's a whole different thing. Sorry, we value independence. It's a whole thing, whatever. But yeah, no, it's they want all the same healthcare as Sweden, except for when it comes to abortion. Then we have to have it past 12 weeks.
Yes. I forget what, but she literally, I literally answer your question. Like, this is a common. Yeah, obviously we know if you make something.
You're pivoting. Answer the question. It's like, we can't answer the question when you keep fucking talking, dude.
Yeah, I'm like in the middle of speaking and you literally interrupt.
Stop pivoting.
Yeah. I literally answer your question. Like, number one, she didn't even ask what my stance was. I literally asked her what her position was, and then she immediately went to my stance. Like, that's not very polite of you. I haven't even given you my proposition. I've been giving you my arguments. You don't know. But, like, okay, that's, like, not my problems. Like, it's an immoral action. If you do this action and you unalive, that's not my problem. It's that simple. I think it's an immoral action. Why would I make it legal? I'm not the one who's making you make this choice. So be it. I mean, I know there's a lot
More
of
more rapists get unalived when it's illegal. It's like, okay, what's your point?
yeah, like so be it. I mean, if
It's an
any
immoral action. Of course they should get unalived. Like that's how it goes.
exactly. I think if anything, if like obviously if it's illegal, it's going to go down. That's the reason why it hasn't gone down. It's because it's not illegal. It's still accessible. But like, if there are no clinics, if they're all closed, and the pill is like impossible success, it's obviously going to go down. Like, sure, there'll be women who will do those back alley abortions. Those like they'll mix like herbs, but like to be honest, I don't think pro-choicers are rational. But like, I think most people are like, okay, I'm not going to do this action. I'm just going to sustain a pregnancy. It's like I'm not going to go on the dark web to find this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I kept trying to ask when I didn't want to like be talking like at the same time because usually I'm going, guys, stop talking all at once. But I had so many questions. Like one of them was, I started trying to ask it, but it kind of just that whole conversation was interesting. But when I started to ask, okay, in which states has abortion been made illegal and the number of abortions increased? Obviously, never got an answer, but like
I still never got my citation for. Oh, she made
yeah,
a
was he
claim.
supposed to DM you?
Yeah, I still never got my citation. She made the claim that abortion is safer than childbirth. I still never got my citation. Like, no, if you're gonna make the claim, send it to me right now, not after. Like, what the heck? Do you not know how to debate? It's like the live just came awake when she came up because, like, she's not genuine. She just wanted to get a gotcha. She's like, haha, I dog walk you. She has no interest in changing people's minds. That's why like everybody came just to see her because everybody knows she's disingenuous. Even Chase, who's a pro-choicer, like you're just making pro-choice look bad. It's like you're gonna,
yeah. Even if abortion is statistically safer than childbirth, it still doesn't prove the point that in this state it became illegal and then happened more. Like it has nothing to do with any like so like you could literally just say, okay, I grant 100% that abortion is safer than childbirth. Now explain to me. That's what I was trying to ask. In which state was abortion illegalized and then happened more? Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like I don't know. It's like saying weed it happens more in states. I don't know. I was like, what? Like, sure, she could make an argument that unsafe abortion happens more in states where it's illegalized. That would have been a fine argument. But just to say abortion overall happens more in states where it's illegalized, so I was like, that's literally not going to go anywhere.
it's obviously delusional. It's like saying like San Francisco, for example. It's like saying shoplifting. It's like saying shoplifting like increases when you make it illegal versus making it legal. It's like obviously if you make shoplifting illegal, it's going to go down.
Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. This is it was kind of all over the place with that conversation.
Yeah, that's too much stupid for today. We'll continue. We'll continue tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining, and please don't let that person back on the panel.
Oh my god.
Have a good night.
You too. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Obviously disingenuous.